Well, hello guys, welcome back. I'm not sure what's working. I'm having issues with Streamlabs now. I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs. It's completely. I can't press anything on there. It says there's I can't change any to the bring back screen. I can't change it. It's all gone blank at the bottom. So I'm going to just do one more thing. I'm just going to try and restart Streamlabs because I can't change different modes, and then we'll go from there. But otherwise, the sim's up and running. All I've done is reload where we are with the engines running, but I'll need to make some changes. But it's not so far not going too well. So I'm just going to reboot Streamlabs, and hopefully we'll get straight back to it. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Thanks for your patience. Right, guys, hello, welcome back. I think we're back in business. Thank you all very much for your patience. Yeah, I'm not 100% what happened with the last crash. There was no information available from Explain. I just copied the information about what happened and emailed it to them. I'll hopefully have a look in the background there. I've done nothing, guys, except just refire up the sim and just go from there. I think what's going to happen as well, the way YouTube will look at this, is probably 2 separate videos. So what I'll do is make one video making the startup, the second video being part 2, and we'll just go from there. Now, I need to look at some things because I think this is all aligned correctly, but the loading's all off. It'll be all completely different. Yeah, I need to redo this now. Hopefully, I hope this works with the engines running. So I'm just going to go to... I've got a screenshot here of what I wanted to have loaded prior to the stream. So I'm just going to basically take a picture of that. Farmborn Media, my sim crashed straight after yours. Yeah, maybe something's going on in the world. I have no idea. But that was the first ever time it streamed kind of like mid-flight. I put it down to Explain. I don't think it's this aircraft because I've flown this on a few sectors already. 100% here then. Put this at 2,600. These figures I'm putting in here are not necessarily correct with what I want, but it gives me the fuel I need. 340 to 300, and then 15,660, 3,640. I put this to 5,000, and then this to 800. We'll load the fuel. Kitchen's 300. This to 50. Now why is... Oh yeah, cargo. I don't have any cargo. That's why everything's out of kin. So that's set. That now matches what I want. So load fuel, load fast. There we are. So you can see it hunking down on the gear. I think that's all correct now. Yeah, this now matches everything I have set up. Right, so flaps. I think we need to go back to the X checklist. I'm not going to run the entire checklist. Pre-flight we've done. I'm just going to go to kind of like after engine start, because we did all of this at the start of the stream. Start engine 1, start engine 2 and 3. After start, I'm confident that's all done. Pressure valves both up. Next, okay, before taxi. So nose wheel steering, we'll set that to 63 degrees. Flaps set, so 1 notch of flaps.
Flaps extending.
For departure.
Flaps extending.
Taxi and landing lights will extend. So we want that, and then that to taxi.
Flaps 15.
The radar system is on. Auto throttle prepare.
Flaps extended.
I think we're in business, guys. Oh yeah, just the frequencies for departure. That's what I need to do, is set up the SID. So we've got the X checklist back up. Let's just select airports. I'm so frustrated. I can't believe that. It really ruins the flow. But yeah, I'll make this a 2-part stream, hopefully. I'll put part 1 and part 2, and they'll go from there. So let's just set up the... No, we're not in Moscow just yet. Let's go to here for the SID. We're flying, what was the SID again? At Brookman's Park, 6 Juliet. And we want to have 13.6 active. And Brooklands Park 17.5. There we go. And then we've got the courses. Initial course is going to be 071 and 016. So 071. Oh, it looks like it's saved that. And 016. And we've got 071 and what was it, 016. So that is now set. I think, I hope we are where we left it. I really hope so. So if you excuse the fact the sim crashed, we'll carry on from there and we'll taxi to the whole point. I hope. Well, crikey, have I got the weather? Hold on, I don't think I've got active sky on. Oh, I do have active sky on. QNH, which I think I've actually forgotten to set when we tried to start off previously. Let's have a look at what that is in Heathrow. Oh, thank you, Flight Simmer flying in real planes. Yes, the flight plan loaded in the GPS. That's a very good idea. I think, if I remember rightly, it preset. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Very good call. So flight plan. There we are. Push cursor, enter. There we are. That's loaded. Brilliantly spotted. Now let's set this QNH as well. So it's 1024. So we're going to put this to feet and set that to 1024. We've got an altimeter here as well. 1024. Ooh, don't want that view just yet. And put this to feet. So many altimeters to set. 1024. There we are. Are these RMIs aligned? Why are they? Oh yeah, it's ADF. Let's put it to VOR. There we are. So they should be pointing towards London and Brooklands Park. Right. I think we're up and ready. Flight Simmer flying replace set trim V flaps. I think the trim should be set. And I think for departure we need this switch in the takeoff in the center position. So this is really important. If you don't do this, you could lose control of the aircraft. The stabilizer trim isn't quite. What did
right side clear.
Excellent. It's not conventional like with the stabilizer on the Boeing aircraft. You know where you use the stab trim, the whole stabilizer moves. It doesn't on this aircraft.
Okay.
Right, round 2. We crashed just here last time, so hopefully if you get a little bit further along, we'll be absolutely A-OK. Jamley, what about the red flashing thing? Shouldn't that be off now? I think when I set the tiller here to 10 degrees, well, I'll just show you now, look. That should get rid of the light. There you go. Because it doesn't want to be on 65. It doesn't want to be at 65 degrees for takeoff, so I think the aircraft's fully configured. So yeah, I'm pretty confident I am where I left the aircraft last time. Yeah, that was so annoying, so frustrating. It just it ruins the flow of the stream. And I'm guessing this will be 2 parts by YouTube. I don't think it's clever enough to put them two together. It's saying I've only been streaming for 10 minutes, but not to worry. Right, fingers crossed, guys. Universe, max VMO, 975 kilometers an hour, I think. True airspeed.
And compass check.
Mach decimal 0.9 or 0.95 according to Felis, so we'll see how fast we can do. So that's the target, guys. I know it's part 2 of the stream, but if we can get this up to 975 likes prior to getting to Russia, I'll try and get up to Mach decimal 0.95. We'll go as fast as we can. List of it, 1 dislike. God damn it. always a few. Dougal, YouTube and clever in the same sentence. You must be joking. So far, so good. We're on the way. And I'm just hoping that by clicking in the tick box, you know, engine's already running, that this configuration is all correct prior to departure. Again, the sim is running 4 hours behind live time, so you've got this cool little clock here. You can see, look, it just says coming up to 12 in the sim. We're 4:15 here, so 4 hours behind live time. Thank you very much for the 50 Norwegian krona, Mr. Swedish Piano. Been too long now, missed a few streams, and this is what I come back to. Good luck. Well, thank you very much for part 2 of this stream. I'm glad you could make it on board for this or iconic aircraft, an iconic flight from A to B. But yeah, I just don't want that sim to crash. I'm gonna hopefully get the guys at Discord to have a look at the file to see what happened, so we can avoid something like that from happening again in the future. Al Ipay, why no VATSIM today? Because I don't really want to fly an aircraft I'm a little unfamiliar with on VATSIM. They'll be telling me to turn left, turn right, maintain this altitude. I can barely work the automation on this aircraft, let alone fly accurate flight levels and headings and navigate. So yes, definitely one for offline. Who knows, if I grew a little bit more confident operating this aircraft, we can head online. Looking very good. Again, shout out to Cadence, or Positive Rate, for making this lovely livery. Oh, someone's purchased some merchandise. Thank you very much, H345 for the mug. I can't read the comment, unfortunately, because I'm glad you're willing to invest in the channel by getting yourself some nice merchandise. I hope you enjoy many a tea and coffee from that mug. Thank you very much, and welcome on board. Thank you very much as well to David Larson, another frequent donator who's just come in with a 100 Swedish krona donation. Thank you, it's very generous. Fingers crossed. It's cold in the cabin. Turn the heat up. Thank you very much for the donation. Yeah, we'll have a look at that in a bit. I might be able to crank up the temperature slightly. And also, thank you very much to Kim Cheese, just donated $5 as well. Open reverses 2 to 4 or 2 to 4 seconds before touchdown. This is how Russian pilots landed Tupolev 154, or else it will float. I flew one of the Bishkek to Osh in Kyrgyzstan. Well, thank you very much, Kimchi. Yes, I have seen a few videos in the last few days and have noted how they open those buckets during the flare. That's the only way we could land, if we could get to Russia, that is, in one piece. Thank you very much for the donation. We'll definitely pop open those buckets when we get a little closer. Brian Kruger, we need Mariana to give us the pre-takeoff safety speech in a Russian accent. She's currently downstairs. I'm not going to criticise whatever she's watching. You know, I'll get in trouble. Awesome stuff. Oh, did that fuel total? I forgot to do the fuel totalizer thing. So let me just get ourselves on a nice straight line here, and then I'll have a look at the engineers panel to see if we can set anything there. I'm just taxing in a very leisurely pace here today. So yeah, where's that fuel totalizer? It's this one here, isn't it? Let me just put that to 25,000, which is what it should be at, and hopefully I'm not on the grass. Ooh, nearly on the grass. There we go. Cool. Vancouver, how much is this add-on aircraft? It's $45 US in the Explain store. I've only flown it for about 5 or 6 hours, and it's an extremely rewarding aircraft to fly, so I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to really challenge themselves in a desktop simulator. Cool. We've got a couple of views here. We've got the classic right in front of the engine. No doubt, I've never flown this aircraft, but if you're sat just here, it'll be deafening. Then we've got a nice little wing view on the left here too. Cool, so we'll do the before takeoff checklist, sort of loosely based off my operators. There's no way of checking the configuration warning, or I don't think there is one. Flaps are set for departure. It's 15 degrees. I think we can use 15 for takeoff, fingers crossed as well. Stabilizer trim, I think, is all set too. We're flying this Brookmans Park 6 Juliet. Going to climb straight ahead to DME off London VR, which is just here. We need to change that to miles as well. Let's just go to the whole point actually first before we take off, make sure everything's ready, and then we'll brief the 600. The DME's on kilometres, and I can't work off the metric system when it comes to lengths like that. Right, parking brakes set. So yeah, we need to change this to miles, which is up here. Miles. So we're going to climb straight ahead until 2 DME off the London VR, which is here. So when this says 2, make a left turn 050. We're going to intercept the 071 radial from London, which is set here, until we get to 10 DME, which will be there, and then we'll make a further left turn inbound to Brookmans Park 17.5, which is on box 2. Now it says climb to 6,000. I'm not going to attempt to level off today. I'm going to go straight up to our cruise level, which is 33,000 feet. Now the Tupolev doesn't have any capability to capture a level. You have to do it manually, but this is just an altitude alert, so it'll tell us when we get closer to the altitude that we need to set 33. We need to think about levelling off. Oh, hold on. I forgot to fire up Project Fly. Not that that makes any difference because we don't have the overlay working at the moment. Oh, crikey. Basically, because I rebooted the PC, all the stuff that I usually get up and running isn't running, so I'm just firing up Project Fly. There we are. Launch. Yes, there we go. So that's up and running. Cool. So let's get that X checklist out again. So open checklist. So light power. Let's put that to landing. Signal lights on. I think that's up here or near here. Sorry. Yeah, there they are. RLS system to Meteo. I think that's the weather radar essentially. So how on earth do I do this? Meteo. I think that gives us our nice little... Ooh, I like this. I don't know if there'll be any weather though, but the weather radar is on. Let's increase the scale, and that's the brightness. Thank you very much to Newbie. He said he's just donated £3. Here's something for your troubles, comrade. Well, thank you very much, comrade Newbie, for your donation. Yeah, thanks for your patience getting it all started as well. Thank you very much, Newbie. Right, so flight stopwatch. We'll try and remember to do the timer, which is down here. Otherwise, let's get the parking brake released and get lined up onto 09 right. Look at all these lights. Get a little bit more thrust on here. Absolute hecker. Felis, cruise speed is Mach decimal 0.82 to 0.88. I'm going to go 0.85 initially, and if we get up to 975 likes, we'll go up to Mach 0.95. Hopefully we won't have any other issues. Awesome stuff. Right, let's get into the business end of things. Poor Mother Earth. Right, there's our runway. It's gone very dark in the cockpit with no light coming in. Okay, there we are. Pointing in the right direction. Just going to set the parking brake. So, flight stopwatch. Let's start that. I think we push the red button here. No, that's the chronometer. It's the other one. There we are. So we should have an elapsed timer counter. I'm just going to get rid of the control column simply because it's in my way. Very worthwhile doing a desktop simulation. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm staring right at it under hide shut. There we go. That's just going to improve things for me. Flight stopwatch red. Nose wheel steering set to 10 degrees. The takeoff, clear takeoff not ready light is not lit. Next, there we are. We're all ready to go, guys. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Here we are. We're going to try and take off in the Tupolev. So we're going to initially climb up at around 150, 160 knots, which translates as, what's that in the metric, around 300 kilometers an hour. It'll then accelerate to 250 knots. This is the IVSI. This is in meters. Now, here's a really nice rule of thumb. It's in 5 meters per second here. It's about 1,000 feet per minute. So that's 1,000 feet per minute, 2,000 feet per minute, 4,000 feet per minute. So yeah, we'll try and use this. We're going to climb straight up to 330. I'm going to try and hand fly for a bit, and then I'll try and get the archaic autopilot in. But yeah, don't expect any miracles. Right, parking brakes released. Let's spool those engines up and wind in the takeoff power. Daniel Smith, you need to blast the Soviet anthem on at one point. We'll try. Right, here comes in takeoff power.
Pass-through valves are closed. Takeoff thrust, hold throttles, landing lights on.
There we are.
Thrust, parameters normal, holding thrusters.
Okay, hopefully they won't overheat, but thrust is set. Off we go. For Mother Russia. Exactly. Airspeed is alive. There's 100 knots.
200.
Or 200 kilometers.
220. 240. Clear 1. Rotate.
Up we go. We're airborne.
Positive rate.
Right, gears coming up.
Gear up.
Oh,
Gear
look how
going up.
fast we're going.
Don't sink.
Oh,
300.
alarm's already going
Don't
off.
sink.
I won't sink. I'm just going to take a bit of thrust off.
Don't
So I'm
off,
pitching
and
for
we'll
about
go.
200 knots. Did I put that in the... Yeah, it's in the
Landing
centre
gear up.
position. That's good. So we're going to wait till 2 DME here. This thing's cool. Right, there's our turn. There's 2 DME, so let's make that left turn now. Because it's heading 0... I can't even remember. Let's get rid of that as well. Heading 050. I'm going to lower the nose, doing about 200 knots, select flaps up.
Stabilizer moving. Slash retracting. Speed 360.
And I want to do about 250 knots. So I'm just going to trim those down a little bit.
Flaps and slash
There's heading 050. Oh, it's just so sluggish. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Right, there's 250. 250 knots there. So we're going to pitch for this to maintain this speed. Just take a little bit of thrust off. We are climbing quickly here. We're doing 20 meters a second, which is about 4,000 feet per minute. And we're still accelerating. We're fully loaded with a full load of passengers and 20 tons of fuel. This aircraft is absolute beast. Awesome stuff. Right, so we need to intercept that 071 radial. So we're looking for the tail of this needle on 071, so that's good. We're going to make a right turn there. It's going to lower that nose a little bit. I can hear the gardeners trimming the grass outside. I hope you can't hear that. Or the neighbour. There we are. Oh, going a bit fast here. So I need to pitch to maintain 250. Right, and I'm going to attempt to get the automation in, alright? So I think... Oh, right, speed. And what's like level change? I can't remember. I think I'm just going to use... no, heading select. No, I can't remember. I can't remember. Right, let's fly the aeroplane first. So I've got the auto throttle managing the speed. That's one thing. That's going to lower the workload. So it's going to maintain about 260 knots or so. So we're going to go outbound now until we're 10 miles from London. Oh, we've already overshot, so we now need to take a left turn 016. I've already overshot everything here. Tim, the banter. Let's hope we don't trim the grass in this. Still hand flying, coming up to 10,000 feet. I'm just making that left turn now. We've overshot this slightly, but we're just going to fly direct to Brookman's Park now. That's going to be fine. So I'm just going to follow RMI2 here. And we're going a little bit fast as well. We should be doing 250 below 10,000. Not to worry. But yes, overshot that initial radio. Why is the CDI not moving yet? I don't know why this course... Look, there we go. So we want that to 016. But yeah, it's not showing me left or right. I need to change it over to Brookman's Park. It's still on London. I've completely overshot this turn. So let me just get inbound to Brookman's Park at least. And we're just going to maintain 250 initially. Going to try and get that automation back in. Trim. I hope the aircraft's pressurising, all the usual stuff. Right, let's go down here again. Now, what do I do? Oh, why is the thrust coming back like that? Is that because the nose is lowering? Oh my goodness me. I think it's just because it's reached that speed. Right, I think that looks pretty stable. Alright, let's try again. Stab. There, yes, did it! And I want... let's put heading hold on first. Let me just match the heading bug. There we are, heading bug's matched, and I think that's the button for heading select. Yes, it is! And I think in this mode, the aircraft is just pitching now. How do I want to pitch for a speed, so is that the V button? I think that now allows the aircraft to pitch for speed. I hope. Yes, I think so. It's pitching up now, and whatever I bug is what it will maintain. Well, let's now increase the speed to 300 knots in the climb. So that's, you can see like the little orange bug on the ASI increasing to 300 knots. So hopefully now it'll pitch for that. I might be completely wrong. I think I am, because it's actually pitching up now. Oh dear, this is hard work. This is hard work. We're about to come over Brookman's Park, so that's good. So we're literally here, where we are there, look. There we are. So now I need to make a right turn. The aircraft is definitely not pitching for the speed, so I'm going to put that to... That's pitch hold, so I want V. I'm going to push descend to lower that nose. Otherwise we'll stall. Oh, I need to make a left turn as well. Don't know what the heading is initially after Brookman's Park was my flight plan. It is 082. 082. Again, we've overshot that, so let's go to about 090. Yes, I'm now just pitching for speed. So basically I've got vertical speed engaged, so I'm going to pitch up now. Maintain about 1,000 meters a second. 10 meters per second, which is about 2,000 feet per minute. And the auto throttle, look, it's coming back now just to maintain 300 knots. Okay, we've sort of got our systems engaged. Now let's have a look at the flight plan. What's going to really make my life easy is if I can get the GPS route enabled. So flight plan. How do I get to the map? Oh, I hope we're not about to fall out of the sky. Flight plan. I'm trying to get to the map. There we are. So yeah, you can see I've overshot it slightly, but it is inbound to Clacton. So I'm just going to keep that heading going around. We're maintaining 300 knots. We'll keep it 300 knots until we get to about Mach decimal 0.8, and then we'll maintain that Mach number. I better do the after takeoff checklist. Jesus. Right, let's get that X checklist open. So, power, full, gear, up and off. Don't tell me I've just lowered the gear. No, we're good. Landing lights, up and off. That should, you can hear all that noise. It should get a bit quieter now. Cabin pressure is good. Yeah, thanks engineer. Yeah, climb. I'm going to climb at 295 knots. Yeah, we're doing about 300. That's fine. So we'll click that. Signal lights can come off. Which is... signal lights. Where were they? Here, I think. Yes. High altitude climb. Cruise speed, Mach decimal 80. Next is top of descent. So I think the aircraft's all configured. Everything's okay. So let's just check we're navigating in the right direction. Yeah, I need to now tune the Clacton VOR, which is 1455. Navigation's got a bit to pop at the moment. 1455. There we go. So we need to head towards this needle. I think that should be pretty much straight anyway. Yes, it is. That's a good sign. We'll just come at 1455 here as well. And if you look away on the GPS, yes, we overshot slightly, but we're going to go inbound to Clacton from there. Very good. Thank you very much, Jorge. Sorry, Yanni. Set standard. You're right. We should have done that a while back. But yeah, we're still maintaining 300 knots, just climbing around over 1,000 meters a second. This is hard. Right, 1013 is set. 1013. And where's the altimeter here? 1013.
Pressure 1013 set.
Thank you. Let's put these to VOR, because we're not using the ADF. They're swinging all over the place. But yeah, the HSI I'm finding a little bit confusing. It's not showing me left or right or anything like that. Have I got to put this onto nav mode or something like that? How do I get the HSI to follow the correct course? I don't know. What is our inbound course here? 089. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find my buttons. Hopefully... ask Siri! I don't know if Siri will help me in this situation. 089. Let's put these courses. Someone said you've got to always line these up. Felis, push VOR1 button on the ASBU. Is that down here? Felis, I am so sorry. VOR1. Ah! It's a miracle! Oh, and the actual automation's following it as well. Ah! Felis, I could have done with you testing this the other day. Fantastic. So now the autopilot is even following this. Felis, this is an awesome machine, really. Like Dougal was saying there. So yeah, if I change my course, yes, you can see the aircraft turning. Perfect. Right, the automation is now following and correctly identifying the deviation. Brilliant. Good stuff. Up to 25,000 feet. The autothrottle's managing the speed. Well, it's actually trying its best to maintain the pitch speed. Felis, how do I go so the aircraft pitches for the speed and not... Because at the moment I'm on this vertical speed mode. Is it V? I had a funny feeling that will do it. At the moment I'm just having to lower the nose manually to make sure we're not overspeeding here. Or underspeeding, not the speed's dropping back. So I'm just going to pitch down a little bit further. Flight Sim, is Felis the creator of the model? Yes, he is the man behind this aircraft. Yeah, what I'm going to do is when we get to Clacton, I'm going to make my life really easy. I'm going to flick this navigation to GPS, and then we'll go for that. Disable auto throttle and press V. Okay. So I'll set the speed manually, the thrust manually, and I just press V. And now the aircraft will pitch for the bug speed, I guess. Ah, brilliant. Thanks, Chris, as well. Chris is also, I think that's the guy in Discord that's been helping me fly this. But yeah, it's useful to have the developers or people that have flown this frequently. But yeah, now I have to just manage the thrust. So I don't know what full thrust. I won't set that. I'll set about 92%. There we go. And the aircraft is now, I can see, pitching for the speed. Brilliant. Tesla coin. Brilliant. So this gauge is very important. This is the angle of attack. So approaching the red line here, you're approaching your critical angle attack to maintain flight. So remember, a lot of people get confused with stalls, and they think stall has to do with a certain speed. Well, yes, when a manufacturer provides you with stall speed, that's based on 1G. If you load your aircraft, your stall speed decreases. If you unload the aircraft or reduce the G, your stall speed decreases. Because you can stall at any airspeed. What's associated with stall is exceeding this, your critical angle attack. So if I was to pitch up quite steeply, you'll load the aircraft, you'll see this needle shoot up towards this red bar there. But yeah, I mean, technically if you're doing 0 knots, the stall speed, or if you're doing 0G or weightlessness, the aircraft stall speed is 0 knots, so it's all proportional to your loading. So it's very important to make sure that needle doesn't get close to that red bar. Kimchi, the Tupolev is a high-angle attack aeroplane. The angle of attack gauge is very important. Yeah, I can imagine. Like when I first started test flying this, I was really surprised at how difficult this was, and especially when I didn't set this up properly. I had insufficient pitch authority to fly the aeroplane, and I crashed. Oop! I should probably go to heading here because I've just gone over the beacon. Right, heading after Clacton is 071. 071. Oh, that's not the heading bug. I'll set this to 071 and always make a further left turn. However, guys, I am going to cheat now. It's definitely inbound to Spikeberg. I'm going to select GPS and then going to select which button is it? NVU, and now it's following the GPS planned route, and hopefully I won't have to worry about the lateral navigation at all now. It's going to manage it all there. So approaching our cleared altitude, 33,000 feet. I'm just going to reduce thrust, which will help us reduce our rate of climb. We're doing Mach decimal 8.4. We're absolutely hammering it here. And as soon as we get to 33,000 feet, I'm going to push pitch hold. I think that's all altitude hold there. But now this HSI is based off the GPS. It was exactly the same in a Seneca. You could change the HSI to follow the GPS routing. Ooh, let's get ready to push. Pitch hold, pitch hold. There we are. So please lower the nose. And now I need to go to speed.
Auto throttle enabled.
So the autothrottle will maintain speed, and the autopilot is holding the pitch. And actually, from this point of view, it's easier now to navigate than the 727 because it's just following the GPS planned route. The autothrottle is managing the speed. I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to accelerate slightly. We'll do a Mach decimal 0.85 because I can. There you go, thrust is increasing, and that just moves that little gauge. And there we are. I think we've made it, guys. We are up at 33,000 feet. Our en route navigation is good. Our speed is good. And I think we can relax now all the way till top of the descent. I hope. But yeah. Guys, that was a busy descent, busy departure, wasn't it? 37 minutes into this part 2 of this live stream. I actually be quite interested to know if on YouTube it's displaying the first part of the stream. Well, I don't think it will because my video's default is unlisted. But yeah, thank you very much for your patience, bearing with me whilst I sorted out my PC and got everything running. But yeah, super duper now. All looking okay. Yeah, this fuel totalizer is working. So remember, we started off with 25 tons, 24, 23, 22. We burned 3 tons of fuel getting up to 33,000 feet. Incredible. She's a thirsty aircraft. And we actually got here really quickly. We're quite heavy loaded, look, but I started this timer here, 15 minutes there, 20 minutes. We got up to 33,000 feet in about 12, 13 minutes. I didn't even have full climb set. This is a powerful aircraft. Will Bewley, how come it took 37 minutes? My phone went off twice saying it's live. I had a problem with my PC. The X-Plane crashed just as we started taxiing on the first part of the stream. So I had to restart my PC, restart Streamlabs, and this is essentially part 2 now because it crashed, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that both the videos will be listed normally, and then you'll just have to, if you want to play it back, watch part 1 and then part 2 separately. Maybe I should just make the stream crash again and then have part 3 for the approach and landing. No, I'm kidding. See, a lot of people asking to view the livery. And Sir Iberus is very keen to see the outside camera. Here we go, guys. Hold your ears. There we go. It's not too loud, but yeah, here is the flight deck to sim. And that is flight deck to sim in Russian there. Alpaca Airways livery. Just approaching the east coast of the UK. You can even see an alpaca right just there as well. This is an absolute brute of an aircraft, just rugged and fast. And the exhaust flow. Absolutely hammering our way eastbound. Let's do a little fly past. It's actually the second trijet we've ever flown. Look at that. Absolute heifer. I think we can have a little look around the cabin as well. Turbojet, James. There's no turbo fan on this. Well, I might be mistaken what the actual terminology is for it, but yeah, let's have a look around the cabin, because this has been decked out in alpaca-themed livery for this inaugural London to Moscow service. So here we are, into the cabin. Oh, lovely Russian livery. But check out the headrests on this aircraft. Flight deck to sim with the alpaca. You know you're flying Alpaca Airways when you see that. And you'll also notice, if you were to take a seat with our fabric seats, you have a flight deck to sim Alpaca Airways safety card as well. But yes, let's make our way from first class. So I think they're all the same class, to be fair. Here's the mid galley, where they're currently getting, as I said earlier, the caviar and vodka ready. And into the rear part of the aircraft. That's alarming. We don't want anyone to pull up on that flight. Yes, let's have a little look out the window. I can even stick my head out. I should think it would be a little louder in reality. But then obviously the best seat is the one right in front of the engine. Oh yeah, look at that. You would not want to be in that seat. God, that would be loud. Yeah, burning our way through Jet A1. Excellent stuff. Back into the business end. But yeah. Oh, cruising along quite nicely. Flight time. Well, I don't know how this works exactly. I did have this GPS fitted, or very, very similar to this GNS 430 on the Seneca when I did my instrument rating. But I cannot remember how to see your estimated time of arrival. I know the flight time is around 3 hours 20, and we've been airborne 15 minutes. We're probably about 3 hours. It's quite a long sector. I will pop off in about an hour's time for about 15 minutes just to have a quick break, but as per usual, I'll be here to answer any questions you might have. We'll tune up the Speicherborg VOR, which is 13.3. Although we're routing with GPS, we can still back everything up conventionally. There we are. So you should see the RMI point over. There's the DME increasing. And we'll tune the next one after Speicherborg, which is Lima Bravo Victor. Elba, I think it is. 15-1. We'll probably be out of its range at the moment, but let's punch it up already anyway. Oh, look. You can see the DME increasing. Well, that's actually going to be a different VOR for sure. Yeah, that's pointing at a different VOR, so well outside of its DOC for the Lima Bravo Echo. But yeah, cruising it nicely at Mach decimal 0.85. Now, one big flappy boy, can you show the bathroom? I don't think there is one, if I remember rightly checking. We don't have one available. Cool. Guys, up to 259 likes. Thank you very much to the 3 people that disliked from my rival Llama Airways. You can go do one, but don't forget to smash the thumbs up like button. The target is to get up to 975 likes. I know it's a big ask, but I'm sure we could do it, especially if a few more people pop in at some point. Llama Airways definitely in the house because of an extra dislike. If we get up to 975, I promise you we'll get up to VMO MMO. I'll see what we can do. It's annoying because I had a nice bunch of likes from the first part of the stream. They've all been sacrificed for the second part. Or split in half, unfortunately. But what can we do, eh? Again, what this is doing, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm thinking it's pretty automated. Cabin pressurization, diff pressures here. Flight compartment temperatures in the cabin, I guess. It looks a bit warm. Let's knock it down to 19 degrees. Engineer's stopwatch. Pressurization's all down here, the controls for it. It's a proper job you've got to do back here. I guess the engineer can control the engine. Yeah, control the engines just here. So I guess they're physically connected. So when they move, these move as well. Not sure. Inlet guide vanes, all front enabled. Yeah, it's a heck of a thing. But we got up here in one piece. That's the important thing. Camel Air dislike flight editor, probably. Llama Airways is nothing compared to us. Oh yeah, George A345. Oh man, no toilet. No, unfortunately not. You're gonna have to go down the back of the rear galley. Sebastian Gomez, on the 737, you mentioned that ignition right is used for the first sector today. When is ignition left is used? Just do what powers it. Oh, now you're really troubling me off the top of my head. I can't remember. Essentially, the right igniter is powered by... It's either the AC transfer bus or it's the other one, the left igniter. If you're on the ground and then realise the engines don't start, the engineers can switch the what powers the ignition system, because one is basically a backup system. So if you lose all AC power, you always have one igniter available, but you need to make sure if the igniters aren't working, you switch the... I think it's... what powers exactly? Some sort of DC bus, but it's essentially... You want to make sure that you always have, in the event of a total loss of AC power, one of the igniters able to fire so you can restart the engines. But off the top of my head, I can't remember which power is which, but it is nestled in the minimum equipment list. If you really like to know, we've got plenty of time today, I might get the area out and look it up for you. Oh look, Stream Notes just told me, thank you very much for OTech Lifts for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. I don't have a pop-up donation for that one, because it does... I did when I started streaming, it used to go off every other minute, it was a bit busy. FN in, how long will this flight take? I should say from our position here, just a little under 3 hours. It's one of our longest streams, but we are making good progress. We're cruising at Mach decimal 0.84, which is already above MMO for the 737. Steve Mayer, hello, good evening. He says, just got in. What have you missed? A terminus start. We had a great setup. Unfortunately, X-Plane decided to crash just as we started commencing taxiing. I had to reboot my entire PC and Streamlabs, and we just started off from where we left off, which was to commence the taxi. So the stream's now going to be in 2 parts. This will be part 1. Sorry, part 2, and then part 1 will be the setup, unfortunately. But what can we do? One big flappy boy. What PC are you using, please? If you go like this, you should get my PC specs come up. It's a Chill Blast PC, custom built, made with these bits inside, and it's a good PC. Yeah, it runs X-Plane well. It crashed earlier, but it generally works X-Plane quite well. Cedric Yo, what does the trim air do in the NG? Trim air distributes hot air to each of the zones. Basically, air conditioning packs cool the aircraft, or cool bleed air down, and then fires it to 3 different zones. What trim air does, it ingests, it squirts, I think that's the engineering term, but it moves hot air into each of the zones to satisfy the temperature. And it basically bypasses the pack by doing it. Judith Van Buscombe, how do you know where you are regards to top of descent? A bit of simple mathematics, really. We use the same principle that we do in the 737. You take your height. We're going to cruise up to 35,000 feet later, but if we were to descend now, you times your height by 3. You take the first 2 digits, so 33. Times that by 3, so that's 99. And that's a really good rule of thumb to initiate your descent, about 100 miles away from touchdown. Now, we need to work backwards to make sure we can tune a beacon to work out how many miles from that beacon we're going to be from the airport and how many miles that beacon is from the airport. And I worked it out prior to the stream, but we'll discuss that later. And then for every 10 knots you want to lose, you want to add about another 1 nautical mile. For every 10 knots of tailwind, add another 1 nautical mile to your track mile. But it's pretty rough maths, but it does work quite well. And I applied it when I was testing this aircraft, and it worked fine. Matlu 4, did you change the language to English when starting up, or did you keep the Russian one? No, it definitely changed it to English. I don't know if Felis is still here, or if there's any Tupolev experts, but I did read somewhere, apparently, Tupolev did actually, or airlines did actually change this to English for certain operators, because, look, you can change it to Russian if you like. There you go, change language, there you go, that's in Russian. I'd have been hopeless, because I don't know what any of this says, unfortunately. So I'll be looking for a switch button, and I'd be there all day, but yeah, we'll change that back. God, just imagine if you couldn't change back. I'd be screwed. Kimchi, thank you for confirming. Yes, most operators did have the plane in English. Kyrgyzstan was in English, perfect. It's not a cheater, see, Bataloo, lots of operators had it. Cedric Yu, ever flying in Singapore? We go to Singapore, we've got lots of places to visit. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit. Is that too loud? Let me know. Usually I have that turned down a lot quieter. Nicholas Quack, when exactly do you know to change from Mach to indicated airspeed during descent in the 737? Love your streams. Well, thank you very much, Nicholas. We initially descend in Mach. If you've maintained a fixed Mach number in descent, your airspeed or indicated airspeed will increase. And eventually you transition. Now, the aircraft will work out what your target descent speed is as an indicated airspeed and automatically transition. But ATC, I think it's about 25,000 feet. They'll start using indicated airspeed, so around that height, you want to switch there. Romula, you want to see an engine view. There you go. Alejandro, how tough was your type rating? Did your operator provide all the manuals, database, books where to study? So excited and impatient to start every day in a 737. What a wonder. Well, Alejandro, I don't know if you're delayed your type rating. I'm guessing yes, if you are waiting, it's going to be delayed for the foreseeable future. So well done if that's the case of getting in there. And yes, my operator were very good. They provided all the manuals. It's all on an iPad now, but when I joined it was all on books and stuff, which is a bit more annoying. And they also have dedicated guidance for the sim, which is very, very useful, and I still refer to it frequently. Cool, so approaching Spijkerborg 13.3. Spijkerborg's near, I think it's near Amsterdam. Just checking on my map here I have in the background of all the charts. Yeah, I think we should be able to see Amsterdam Schiphol to the right hand side of the aircraft. Let's have a look. Not the best view really because the wing's in the way. Let's go outside. Let's look under the wing. There it is, Schiphol. We've flown in and out of there a few times. We're about to go right over Spijkerborg VOR. That's a cool view. Look at this weather though, absolutely glorious. It's been really, really nice weather over the UK, which makes a big difference in these COVID-19 times. At least if you can get a gardener outside, you can go outside and get some fresh air. We're just about to go overhead Spijkerborg. Let's see if we can spot the VOR from the aircraft as well. If we, what I'll do, I'll look straight down through the floor. You can sometimes see it modelled in 3D. Where is it? Probably someone watching the stream lives here. Who knows? This is all Ortho 4XP. There it is. Look, there's the VOR. Can you see it, guys? There you go. That's the VOR we've just flown over. So the aircraft should be making a turn left. Now we're about to Lima Bravo Victor. SYRS. What sound plugin are you using? Nothing. This is just the sounds that come with the Tupolev. Dougal, anyone else in the UK getting huge buffering and lag? I'm okay here, but when I reset my PC, I had a huge drop. Well, I lost the internet temporarily. I'm fingers crossed. Obviously, the demand is huge, so yeah, fingers crossed we don't lose the internet or have any connection issues. Hello, Richard. Richard Nash, guys, very good friend of mine. He's CPL IR rated. Poor guy just finished his training at the wrong time, but no doubts it will come up, buddy. So yeah, if you're in flight training or want to become a potential pilot, you can talk to him. He raised his arm and shut it. There it is, the TV. I hope you, James and Bailey, are all doing well, buddy. Anyway, Snapshots here as well. He's Air Force pilot. You're well catered for in these live streams for all of your aviation-related questions. Jamley, you've had to drop to 480. I'm sorry to hear. I think generally, if you want to have a continuous stream, you have to be watching at 720. I know at 1080 sometimes it can be a bit laggy because I can only push up to 4 megasecond, I think. Toshko, are you certified for transatlantic flights, and what is the furthest destination you've flown to? No, my operator doesn't have oceanic clearance to fly the North Atlantic tracks, but they do have approval for the Tango routes, which take you to Canary Islands, which are oceanic airways and stuff. I've done the training for it months ago, but I never was actually rostered for my initial check flight on it, so I've actually never flown oceanic in my entire career. We don't have ACARs. We do have CPDLC, but we use HF. We've got HF radios fit to some of our aircraft. Cool. So yeah, accurate ETA. I'm not 100% sure. Is there a way of seeing in here what your ETA is? I know you have all the waypoints here. You can flick. Ooh, no. You can flick through it. But yeah, you can add all the distances up. But I'd say from here out right now about 2.5 hours. Judith Van Booscom, what is the top speed of this aircraft? 975 kilometers an hour, about Mach decimal 0.90. A little bit far off what we are there, and we're already going faster than the MMO on the 737. But yes, I have set a target So punch. Oh, Dougal, you're down to 144p. Oh, crikey. Potato mode. Sorry to hear that, Dougal. Yes, if you've just joined the stream, don't forget to smash that thumbs up on the premise that if I reach 975 likes, I will push this aircraft as fast as we can go. We'll get it right up to the... I want to hear what happens if you overspeed, actually. Oh, I presume it has an indicator to go overspeed. Well, we might even get to Mach 0.95. Let's see how close we get to Mach 1. Will Bewley, I've got to go. My girlfriend's moaning I don't spend enough time with her. I've kept 2 meters away. I'll be back to part 3. See you. Thanks, Will. Yes, I have my partner's been very patient with my streams. It'll probably be a couple of days. Arvid, that's good news. Actually, I think this does have a true airspeed indicator in kilometers per hour. Yeah, there it is. Look, we're actually doing 900 kilometers an hour right now. A true airspeed, which is, yeah, we're shifting. What on earth is this? Felis, are you here? Or anyone there? What is this gauge? Is this a radio altimeter? It's definitely reading 0 at the moment. Oh, where have I lost? Why have I lost the information review mode? Oh, wow! Look at that. That's cool. It's like a vertical situation display, a VSD. Ooh, a digital artificial horizon. Well, that's cool. So just to remind you guys that I am running this sim, what is it, 4 hours behind live time. Well, I think we'll stick on with that. One big flappy boy. Pilot, when will you know when to descend, please? Just around 3 times our height, about 100 miles before we get to Moscow. And effectively, we're going... Oh, right, if you're Russian here, please... may you accept my apology on how we pronounce the airport. Sheremetyevo. So I can't. You guys know who watches frequently. I can't pronounce anything. But we're going to Moscow Sheremetyevo. No doubt we'll get the abbreviated form for that, or someone could break it up for me to pronounce it. But yeah, well, they've got a VOR on the airfield, so we can tune that on box 2, and we'll hopefully have our distance there. Tesla guy, Sheremetyevo. Sheremetyevo. Kimchi says, "You're Russian." Oh dear. Right, we can tune up Lima Bravo Victor on box 1 now. 15-1. I love that. That reminds me of Knight Rider. You know when he goes turbo boost and the speed increases really quickly? That's what that looks like. Sheremetyevo. Oh my goodness. Felis, press the most left button below the map screen 10 times. You're not going to give me an engine failure, are you? Because I know you developers like to put little pranks in here. Felis, what are you going to make me do? Press the most left button below the map screen. This one. This one? It's not doing anything yet. Oh dear. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Ningy, rows of red, circles are round. I'm asking the tower to go around. Lovely. Yeah, second one. What is this? Is this amazing? Oh wow! Well, that's us entertained basically for the next next few minutes. Fantastic! Oh, Felis, guys, you need to go pick this aircraft up just for the fact that you can play this game. What's it called? Pog. That is amazing. Right, let's see what we can get up to. This is just brilliant. Amazing. What a brilliant add-on this is. Does it get quicker? Or do I have to get all the ones there? Yeah, if we have any technical problems, I hope the virtual engineer or first officer can fix it, because we're doing this for the next 5 minutes, guys. Brilliant. Break, what was this game called? I can't remember. I had this on a computer when I was a kid, on my parents' PC. Level 1 as well. Guys, if you just tuned on to the Flight 87 live stream, welcome on board. We are currently on board the Felis Tupolev TU-154, but unfortunately, I've now discovered breakouts, if it's what they seem to be saying. And I love what Listerman just said: aviate, navigate, play. I can't wait to fly this again. Well, this is okay for now. Is there a pause button in case I have to have a technical problem or so? Here goes a Tesla now. It is. Yeah, definitely don't have this on the 7.3. Uh-oh, I'm stuck in the corner now. There we go. Just fantastic. Ooh, absolutely lost it there. Oh dear, oh dear. You know what I might do in a bit is, once this game's complete, I might get Mariana to have a go, because I know you like the banter from her. We'll see. No, that was no good. Need to get it on the left-hand side. Oh, gosh, got it. Ooh! Nearly lost it. There we go, right on the edge. Yes, that's in business. Ah, damn it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Oh! No way! Well, I hope I'm keeping you entertained, guys. Oh, this is really frustrating. I don't want to lose, but I need to get it. Oh, it's really sensitive as well. I need to get it on the edge. Oh, there we go. I think that's too much, though. Oh my goodness me! Oh dear. Flight deck captain speaking. We're currently overhead east of Amsterdam. Just a little bit distracted here. Flight time now. It'll be another 2 hours 20 minutes. Way right. I'm going to come back to that later. Level 2. Unbelievable, Felis, you absolute legend. That was really, really, really cool. Absolutely mega. Well, we'll leave it at level 2, and then we'll come back to that later on. Can a real 737 pilot clear all the blocks? Absolutely. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. How many likes are you up to now? 349. Guys, if you just tuned in, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. We're going to try and get to as many likes as possible. If we get up to 975, that's the target. We still have time, just about, I reckon. And we'll try and push this aircraft up to VMO. Might do regardless anyway, but let's try and get as many likes as we can. Thanks. Cool stuff. Actually, I want some more lighting in here. I think all the lighting controls are down here by the first officer's side. Oxygen. Oh no, landing gear, emergency extension. There we go. That's what I was looking for. You wouldn't have it turned up just with the way I think I have the X vision set up. Yeah, it's a little bit brighter in here. Thank you very much, Mark Sputnik, for the donation there. You made it, he said. Greetings from Zurich. Quarantine. Oh, Mark, well, thank you very much for the donation. I hope you're doing well in your quarantine and finding time that's not going too slowly, and I'm hoping I'm keeping you entertained enough in these troubling times. But yes, unbelievable. We're now obviously taking the advice. Thank you very much, Pavel, for joining as a membership. Welcome to the channel as a member as well. Glad you're enjoying the content, and I hope you're enjoying the Russian-themed GIFs we have today and sound effects. Yes, as I was just saying, Mark, I hope you're doing well in Zurich. Keep yourself safe there. And yeah, unprecedented times, isn't it? It's crazy. We're following the advice of the government now. Only going out when we need to, once a day. So yeah, we're taking a Jack out for a walk, I did an hour walk just before the stream. We went to the shops today. To be fair, actually, you know, we went to the shops, and I think a lot of people are abiding by this, and you sort of only leave the house for when you need food or when absolutely required. There was none of the usual stuff, no dried foods, no toilet roll, kitchen roll, but there was plenty of fresh food. There was milk as well, so we actually finally got some milk. I've been drinking these awful stuff Mariana drinks, vegetarian, nuts and all. But yeah, I've got myself some man milk. I'm able to have a proper cup of tea this morning, which is nice. Romulus, so the reason for flight crew of 3 is so that you can take turns playing Breakout, not because of high workload. I think I actually had 4 crew members in this aircraft. I've read online. You had a captain, first officer, engineer, and a navigator. I think on the newer Tupolevs, they got rid of the navigator station and allowed just for the 3 crew. Felis, don't forget to align the compass from time to time or select mag mode. Yes, just as I remember in my Warrior when I was doing my CPL, I had to keep doing that. And I think the X checklist does that. I mean, I should think there's been some drift. And I was planning on doing it before top of descent, as I'm using GPS at the moment. But yeah, I will go to align the gyros very soon. Bit of drift, of course. Kim, your girlfriend speaks perfect English. I was surprised how many people in Bishkek spoke English better than most Americans. Captain Portugal, are you a real world pilot? Yes, I'm a pilot for a European operator. There's no point asking who it is or what. Yeah, there's no point asking who it is because I don't disclose that. Been flying the 73 for about 9 years and started the channel about 3 years ago to return to kind of desktop simulation as a sort of a hobby because I became an instructor. And I thought it'd be quite cool to give some tutorials, and then I started live streaming, and the rest is history, as they say. Lolo Lacrasse, Russian planes look so cool, but I'm not sure I'd fly on one. Well, yeah, I think the Tupolev has been involved in a lot of incidents, but very few of them are based on, I think, technical malfunctions. It's a reliable aircraft, but it is a challenge to fly. I think if you abuse this aircraft, it will quickly put you in the ground. It's got very finite limits, but it is inherently, well built. I mean, how old is this aircraft? It's 60s built design, isn't it? So, and they're still, I think, operating in a few places, so yeah. Thank you, Captain Portugal. Congratulations. No problem. And guys, if you're new here, I don't mind you asking. It's sort of natural, I think. And oh my goodness, I've had plenty of people question my authenticity. And because I go to great lengths to not say who I am, what my name is, who I work for, I can fully understand why some people don't believe who I work for. I even got a comment yesterday. But I do always think of some witty replies, and often I don't get a response back. So yes, please, I am who I say I am, and I'm sure my members will defend me in that. Yeah, Antonov 737. I see your comment there, and I saw someone else talk about combined 2 NDB approaches, and they call it a precision approach, but I have no idea how that would work. We've got some high altitude cloud here, but nothing on the weather radar. Felis, if I go, I don't want to lose this game. I don't want to, because look, I got to level 2. I don't want to lose that. Is there a way of? I mean, how do I increase the range on this? I'm not sure. I think it's down here. Here's all the controls. I think that's the scale for this map. I'm not 100% sure. James Dollop, I haven't introduced myself as flight sim. No, I haven't. However, I did have a colleague of mine jump CT once, and I did the PA, and he came up and he said, "Are you the? You sound just like that guy." And I'm like, "It is me." I get a lot of banter from my colleagues who do know. Felis, no save feature there. Well, in that case, we're definitely not closing the window. That's an absolute must update. And to record your top scores as well. Felis, I was practicing my game coding. It's not like a finished game. The fact that you can code and make this is an absolute miracle. Like I said to Zebo many times, you guys, the ability you have to make something like this. I have no idea how to run a PC or code a PC or program. Clueless, absolutely clueless. I'm a plug-and-play guy. I like to download it, install it, and just hope it works. So I always have an utmost amount of respect for you guys that can program this. Your maths is really good, your technical knowledge. And another thing I always impressed with Zeba, and I meant to say with you, Felis, in this aircraft, you know this aircraft is back to front. Zebo is extremely knowledgeable with the 737. He knows all these little nooks and crannies, and sometimes I go, oh, is that right? I have to double check myself, like, oh yeah, you're right. So yeah, incredible amount of respect for you guys. Bjorn, Flight Deck Sim, do you wear alpaca coats? No, I don't have any clothing. I just have animals on it. I don't really agree with that. Oh dear. Anyway, we are approaching Lima Bravo Victor. That is not too far from Hamburg, I think, where we actually streamed quite recently too. Yeah, not too far at all. Just checking on a map there. So we're about to cross into Germany. Oh, actually, might as well just show you the Habitat map. Oh, we don't need any charts just yet. There we are. So still over Nederland, approaching Germany. There's Hamburg, where we only streamed a couple of streams ago. Rest of our route is going to take us eastbound. We're going to be flying just overhead Poland, Kaliningrad. I don't want to get too close to this airspace in real life unless you get express permission. Then we're going to make our way. We won't. I think we're actually flying south of Riga as well. But then we're going to carry on going eastbound. Past Vilnius, and there's Moscow. So all making good progress. But yes, just flying overhead Lithuania today. Snapshot, you spent a lot of time there. Yeah, I know the RF have a big presence there as well. Jamlin, got to go, Captain. We'll catch up later. Good luck for the landing. Thank you very much. Yes, I should think we'll be... Whoa, I mean, how long we've been airborne for? We can work out. The flight time I tested this was about 3 hours 20, 3 hours 30. Let's have a look here. Elapsed timer now is saying 55 minutes or 1 hour. Yeah, we're still going to be another 2.5 hours or so. It's a long flight here, but we're making good progress. Will 185, how long has the flight been? There you go. I was just showing you 55 minutes. We punched the flight timer on just prior to takeoff. So there you go. Look, 55 minutes there. And that clock, remember guys, running the sim 4 hours behind live time. So the actual time Zulu right now is just gone 5:15, and we're 1:15 here, or just after 1:15. Orange out in real life, you're flying around Kaliningrad? No, we generally stay away from Kaliningrad, but we speak to Kaliningrad radar and you can get transitions. Just a little outside view. Leaving flat Holland behind. Cloudy Yo-Yo, how does navigation work in this aircraft? Conventionally, you can use VOR. It even has this funky system, which I took one look at and just, well, maybe cross-eyed, so I haven't used it. I think it uses some sort of inertial or system using latitude and longitude, your time, minute, and seconds. Or you could do it the easy way, which is GPS. So we sync the GPS up here. We've got the GPS flight plan in, and that's exactly how any operator flying the Tupolev would be navigating now. You can have a GPS fitted and link it to that. That's the easiest way of doing it. Thank you, Sebastian, for subscribing as well. Welcome to the channel. RSBN, is that what that navigation system's called? I'm literally clueless. I have no idea how that works. Oh, flight level 360. I've just finished my type rating on the 737 and now I'm on standby maybe forever. Yeah, awful timing for you, and I'm really hard to hear that as well. You know, this will blow over. It looks like it's going to be a few months yet. I haven't flown this year. For those of you who are regular viewers know, I have a seasonal contract at my operator. So I was off throughout winter. I was literally ready to come back to work in March. Last week I did my refresher sims, my training sim, my LPC, so my license is all up to date now, my license proficiency check. This is valid for another 12 months, and then obviously all this has happened. So yeah, no flying for now. The only flying I'll be doing is the virtual flying, streaming to you guys. And yeah, I mean, we just got to make do with it. My health is good. You know, we're safe. We've got food. We've got the dog. There's people in far worse situations than me. You know, last week I posted the post. You know, feel a bit, you know, got a feel for the tourism industry, but there's no one that hasn't escaped this now. We're all affected, and yeah, we'll have to ride this out and see what happens. But crazy times, crazy times. Tesla guy, have you ever done a speedrunner game? I play games and quite enjoy like doing all the side missions. I don't want to get it completed as soon as possible. It's great though. One of the things I do like about this COVID-19 is if I get a bit of time to go on the Xbox, there's usually always someone online, which is quite cool. COD Warzone, I said last week, very good. I do like that. Captain Portugal, what should I buy? The A330, 777, 767 or 757? Get yourself this aircraft for an absolute challenge. Paolo Boya, how long until landing? Around 2 to 2 hours 15 minutes, I'd say. Again, I must apologise because Project Fly, the overlay is not working. They are aware of it, but they said they're not going to implement a fix. So I might actually can my Project Fly for now. And I quite like to have just a very simple overlay. I don't want a big banner up here which is blocking half the view, which is what a lot of live stream flight sim guys do. I just want a little simple. Very similar to what Project Fly provides, really, so you guys can see our rough ETA, our altitude, our speed, just basic information. Will Bewley, when did you start flying or what inspired you? Well, family, really, involved in the aviation industry. I started flying, or getting gliding lessons, when I was about 15 years old. Flew solo when I was 16 on my birthday. Worked at a supermarket, which everyone loves to hear, selling chickens, and then saved up for a PPL. I was living at home and did that, and then I went on an integrated flight training course funded by a very large loan secured against my parents' house, and I was very lucky to get into right-hand seat very early, working there. So yeah, and then I've been at the same operator since. Octavio, hi Captain, how do you see the future of aviation sector with all the growing ecological concerns? Ready to pilot hybrid planes? Would love to hear you on that. Yeah, Octavio, well obviously coronavirus has had a positive impact on the pollution, the pollutants, and the fact that there's been a big drop in harmful gases. I think there'll be a significant drop in aviation personally. I think they talk about expanding and stuff like that, but I don't know. It'd be only a guess to see what we're doing in 25 years' time, but I don't think the technology's there to have efficient hybrid aircraft or electric aircraft that are capable of doing what a conventional jet-powered aircraft can. But these are just, I'm just kind of guessing, really. I don't know any more than the next guys. We'll have to see. All right, Anthony. I knew it wouldn't take long to get your middle finger deserved. I'm going to send you a lot your way on Discord later. Mike Korea 97, can you do a tutorial on how to take off and land with a mouse? I'd recommend investing in a joystick or something like that. That will get you sorted. Get a second-hand joystick. It is no fun using a mouse on a desktop simulator. Thank you very much, William Hudson, who's just joined the channel as a member. It's my life now, it's never. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content, and hopefully you'll enjoy the exclusive content you'll get all through the members only Discord. Welcome on board. Matic, you'd like me to next fly the IXEG 737? We do have that, so we'll have a look at what we can do in a few days' time. How many likes are we up to now, boys and girls? I have to open a new page here. 409, nice. That's healthy. Thanks a lot, guys. We have exactly as many likes as we have people watching, so thank you very much, guys. If you just joined the stream, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button for Russian Tupolev love. Like I said, if we can get up to 975 likes, I'll push this aircraft to 975 kilometers an hour. Heck, if we get up to 1,000 kilometers an hour airspeed, we'll be doing well. But yeah, I should think the amount of likes will drop now as the like to viewer ratio is, as Tez has just pointed out, is there. But I'm sure some people have just dropped in for the first time. Right, we just passed Lima Bravo Victor. We now need to tune Tango Delta Alpha, which is on the Polish coastline. A little bit out of range there. Have I got the frequency right? No, I haven't, probably. Let me have a look at my flight plan. 1,000 likes, land on an aircraft carrier. I've done that, but it was an aircraft actually well suited to land on an aircraft carrier. 14.2, I got the wrong frequency. 14.2. Why have I tuned up something completely different there? 115.0. Hold on, I'm just checking the charts. I think I've got the wrong frequency tuned. We want Tango Delta Alpha 1685. Yeah, I've tuned that. We're a little bit out of range, that's why. Right, I'm going to follow Felis's advice now, and I'm going to align the gyros again, because there's probably a little bit of gyro drift here, or whatever it is. I can't actually exactly remember, but yeah, the navigation is going to get less accurate, so we can check the compass. Current QDM is 070, and this is saying about 063, so we've drifted about 7 degrees. So what we need to do is align the latitude. Now we need to find out what our actual latitude is right now. So hopefully on the GPS here we'll find our position. How on earth do I find position? There we are. So yeah, 155 degree north still, so we'll leave the latitude set to 55. Well, we obviously did this on the last stream before it crashed. This is all reset. So there's 55 degrees north. I'm going to have to get the X checklist out. So latitude is set, and we'll use the overhead panel so you can actually see what I'm doing. And it's important that you keep this up to date, otherwise your instrumentation will go a bit wonky. So, I can't increase the size of this, so this is the instrument I want. So we want latitude set, compass mode to mag. Compass uses to main, adjustment button, press and hold. So you see I'm going to push this button here. You might see either, I don't know if it's the RMI, HSI I'm changing. I think it's the HSI, or this will change now briefly, so watch this. There you go, look, can you see that? You see how it moved a few degrees? So just updated the HSI with our actual correct QDM and track. So now I need to do the compass correction, which is here. This is, I think, the compass correction. Look at this thing, unbelievable. So we need to do this compass correction to ref. Adjustment button, press and hold. So I'm going to hold it here. There you go. Look, you see that little needle moved? You might need to play that back, but that's now been adjusted. Compass mode to DG. Compass correction to main. Where is that? Where is that? There it is. Just press and hold. I think this will be the RMIs that will change. So watch this. There you go. It's just changed it ever so slightly. Compass correction to reference. Just press and hold. I think that's doing the one behind me. I imagine that's done. Compass mode to magnetic. And compass correction to main. And we'll have that set up. And next time we'll do that will be just prior to top of descent. But yes, all the instrumentation is now up to date. It's not the drift, it's the big circle course. So, great circle, and you need to align your gyros with your current longitude of course changes. Felis, I'm a modern airline pilot of IRS, it does all that for us. But yeah, thanks for the update anyway. Need to align gyros with the current longitude of course needs. I mean, this is stuff I've not looked at since my ATPL days. Yeah, gyros was. I mean, do the gyros process? I don't know. I think they're fine. One big fluffy boy, can you fly the A321 date? Yes, I will jump into the TOLIS A319. I think they have an A321 now as well. We'll do that again soon, because I know that does bring a lot of banter and a lot of lols. I barely know how to fly that aircraft. And otherwise, I think, guys, I might have a little intermission soon. And when I come back from the break, we'll do level 2. I'll see if Mariana wants to do it for a bit of a laugh. But yeah, it could be good fun. But yeah, what is the time here? We are coming up to 1 hour 10 minutes, so it's going to be another 2 hours. Yeah, I think that's going to be around a halfway point. So we streamed for an hour and a half, and then an hour before that we streamed as well. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a 15-minute break, a little longer than usual, because it is quite a long stream. And I've got a countdown timer, so you'll know when I'm coming back. Just so I can use the toilet and do what I have to do and catch a breath of air. I'm going to leave you in this view. I'll bring the map up as well, so you can see exactly where we are flying over. It's up to you. You want the engine view or the wing view? Let me know in chat. Whatever I see the most of quite quickly, I'll do. So we've got engine view or wing view, and we'll go from there. And I'll leave the map up as well, so you can see geographically where we're going. I should think by the time I come back, we'll be just approaching the German-Polish coastline. Wing view, engine view. Wing, 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 wing. Engine, 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 engine. That's 50-50. Engine, wing. Oh my goodness. I think it's just about wing. Wing's going to go up from there. More of what's the tail. Tail view. I'm going to leave it in this view, alright? And I'll close the map a little bit smaller. There you go. Guys, bear with me. I'm just going to use the toilet, have a quick word with Mariana, but I'll be... shit, why am I doing there? Literally the one place you can see outside. I'll put it there. There we are. And I'll be right back with you in about 15 minutes or so. Thank you very much for your patience. I'll see you very shortly. welcome back, guys. Thank you all very much for your patience there. Yeah, on these long flights, it's just nice to have a little bit of a longer break than usual, a little bit of an intermission, and I think that was good timing, really, because it was halfway. We're pretty much halfway to Moscow now on this sector. Around another hour and 30 minutes to go, I'd say, probably a little bit longer. We'll have a look. What happened there? Thankfully, the aircraft is still going quite strongly. We haven't fallen out the sky just yet, which is a good sign. I was having a look at the chat, but Anthony, I'll have a word with you later. Something about chickens. I have no idea what you're referring to there. But yeah, we're just on the north coast of Poland, continuing this easterly bound direction. We're then going to go fly over the kind of like the southern part of the Baltic, and then we onwards to Lithuania, and then Belarus, and then Russia. So all looking good. Right, let's get back up to the business end to make sure everything's all looking okay. We've not updated any VORs recently or anything like that, so we've still got 1685 inbound to Tango Delta Alpha. Geographically, then I'm not sure where exactly that is. Slupsk. I'm going to probably just go to the north of Gdansk, and then we'll be flying in Kaliningrad airspace, but we're actually going to make landfall here over Lithuania near Klaipėda. We'll go from there anyway. Cool. Otherwise, yeah, let's see how much fuel we've used. Remember, we had this set up to 25 tons. We're down to around 15 tons. Remember, this is just based off the fuel flow, your total fuel flow. You need to make sure you add that up correctly. Yeah, tank 4 empty. We have fuel in tank 2 and tank 3. Tanks 2 and tank 3. I think there's another tank somewhere as well, but as long as the needles stay up there, I'm happy. We've got an extra 3 tons on board, which I think is good enough for about an extra 35-40 minutes or so. So even if the fuel burn's a little bit higher than it should, we should be okay. But yeah, we're navigating completely fine. Flight plan. Oh gosh, no, what am I doing? Clear. Let's put my map up, really. I still don't know how to work this thing. No, I don't want to do this. How do I go back to the map? Map screen. I can't remember. I can't remember. Active flight plan. No. I did it the other day. There we go. Found it. So yeah, there we are. Just approaching Poland. Let me know if you want me to start level 2 of Pong, or not Pong, whatever it was called. I did have this years ago, but we'll go from there. Straight True, finally caught alive. Great. Glad you're on board and enjoying, I hope, the content here. We've had a turbulent stream so far. Aircraft wise has been absolutely fine. We just had PC technical issues. I did just check the my videos. It has uploaded as a second video, so what I'll do post stream, I'll publish this once it comes out. We'll make a part 1 and part 2, sort of part 1 setup and departure, and then part 2 obviously will be the 3 hours, which will, I think, this will total for the flight, maybe a bit longer in fact. So yeah, it's going to be 2 streams unfortunately, but we could stitch them together at least and put them in the same playlist. Thank you very much. Yes, I have been quarantined. Yeah, thank you very much. Play the Katyusha song. Is that the Russian theme? I have no idea. Daniel Swift, guys, how about we get the boss to go out? No, thank you. The workload obviously right now is very low. It's doing its thing, but the descent approach landing is going to be very, very, very busy because it's. I've not actually successfully completed a descent and approach yet. I've done it, but I had to pause the sim several times, which I will refuse to do. I'm going to let this pan out in real life. We're not going to cheat in any way, and I've not successfully done that yet. But that's what these streams are all about. They're meant to be incredibly entertaining. So yes, if you do have things to do, I'd recommend shooting off now, but in an hour and a half, 2 hours time, when we're making the approach, you'll be in for a bit of a laugh. I can guarantee it. Tesla guy, what do you reckon we'll do for the KSP stream? Yeah, I will do some, I occasionally do the odd things. I think if we do Kerbal Space Program, I'll just jump straight into it for you to watch. So I've not played it for years. I think we'll just try and get to Mun and back. I think that would be a good challenge. Daniel Smith, a bit of a lug. Snapshot, I've got to go eat. I hope I can make landing. If not, best of luck and enjoy. Well, thank you very much for popping in anyway, and I hope you're doing well. Pilot Mike's here as well. If you're new to the stream, Pilot Mike's a good friend of mine. He's a 787 first officer. I've known him for a long, long time. We went to school together as well. Go check out his channel and his Instagram page. He has lots of fly-related content, although no doubt that will probably cut back in the next few weeks, months. Hopefully, I'm trying to get Pilot Mike to get into streaming because he's a 787 guy and he's really into his combat sims, so hopefully you'll see some content from him. Matthew Schmidt, ETA to destination. Well, I know the flight time is about 3.5 hours, and our elapsed time at, oh crikey, is saying, hold on, let me just get rid of the control column. Ground. I'd show you, because it's so much easier to keep an eye on the speed and the time. We've been airborne now for 1 hour 30 minutes, so yeah, just under 2 hours, about an hour 50. I reckon we're touching down. Raoul, you can't wait for the landing part. Yeah, great one, great, good one. Ben Spouse, do you have enough fuel to go up to decimal 9 Mach in the cruise? So this flight plan I think is based on us doing Mach decimal 08. Yes, of course, if we go faster, we're going to burn more fuel, but I've put quite a substantial buffer on top. I should think it'll be more than enough. I think we're doing Mach decimal 80, yeah, 0.80 all the way, look. And then we're going to cruise up to flight level 350, about 2 hours into flight, so about half an hour we'll do a step climb up to 3.5. And then we're still based on decimal 80. We're already going faster, we're doing like decimal 8.4. Yeah, as I said, we'll push up these likes, and if we get up to 975, which I think will be a tall order, if it was all one stream, I think we could do it. We've managed to, we did a target like one of 757 when we flew the 750. When we flew the 757, we got up to 757 likes quite quickly, and this is a longer flight, but because it's been split into 2 streams, it's going to be a little bit more challenging, I think, to get up to that figure. But yes, do smash the thumbs up button if you're enjoying me. Well, right now it's not fine, low workload, but if you enjoy me struggling to climb and descend and approach this aircraft, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, thanks. Robin, will you climb up to flight level 350? Yes, in about 30 minutes or so. Matthias, what is your current position? Any waypoints, VORs in Denmark on the flight plan? We're flying a little bit further south from Scandinavia, so we'll be going near Denmark. We're just north of Poland, and we've got a 1685 here, which is Tango Delta Alpha, which I think we flew past, didn't we? Yeah, we've just flown past Tango Delta Alpha. Let's see if I can get here on the last few pages. Tango Delta Alpha is this VOR here. So we've just overflown there, so we're just overhead Poland, and then we're going to go northeast, here's Kaliningrad, and then we're going to be flying into Lithuania next year, which I'll tune actually, Kilo Lima Papa, that is, just getting the frequency here, 115.0, so I'll put that on box 2 now. Oh yeah, that's identified, there's the distance increasing, the RMI needle is swinging. Universe ground speed. Good question. Does it have any indication of ground speed? I remember seeing something in here which showed me the ground speed. It was like a gauge or... Yeah. Now, Felis, if you're still here, how does that work? How is that calculating your ground speed? Is that using GPS? Or initial data? I don't know. Apparently we're doing 810 kilometers ground speed, which I don't find accurate. Seeing on true speed's a lot higher in kilometers, but I don't know. Thank you very much, Volbrick, for your donation there. One of my members as well. When Corona is over, feel free to take the missus on vacation in St. Petersburg. My wife and I have a lovely apartment right in the centre for guests. So that's very kind for you, Arthur Volbrick. Yeah, we want to go travelling loads more places, but it's the last thing on my mind right now, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, once we get back to normality, back to work, we're in the process of moving house, which has obviously now gone to pot, so I don't know what's going to happen next, but yeah, that's very kind for your offer, thank you. If we ever find ourselves wanting to go to Russia, we'll be sure to visit and pop in, thanks. Felis, it uses a Doppler system. Wow. You can also see ground speed on the screen gauge. Oh, Felis, I don't even know what that's referring to. Is that something here? Not sure. But I don't want to lose my game of Pong. Oh, not Pong. Oh, I keep forgetting what this is called. I don't want to start turning next, and we start playing. But yes, very incredible how you got this all simulating correctly. Very, very, very good add-on. I love it. It's yeah. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I bought this on Thursday. Oh, the game is on it. Oh, I don't want to lose Breakout. Thanks, Captain. Oh, what was I about to say? Yeah, when I purchased the aircraft, it was on Thursday, and I first flew this, I thought, there's no way I can learn how to fly this. But actually, I don't usually give any shout-outs to other content creators or YouTubers, but there is some videos I followed. Basically, if you type in YouTube, Tupolev Expert Level Felis tutorial, it's the top one. There's an English guy, Reality Someone Simulations, I think he's called. Go check out his tutorials, because that is what I learned primarily flying. How to fly this was looking at his video. He's got very detailed, very, very mature now, Joey. You're not going to end up staying long in the street, are you? Yeah, his tutorials are very, very good, and helping me get everything sorted. Thanks, Biobike. Thanks, Dougal. Tesla guy, Russia's working on the Irkut MC21, basically a 787, 320 and 737 in one package. Oof. Well, no doubt fly that at some point. Alfred, I can tell you learned from him based on your fly. Well, yeah, everything I kind of learned on this was based on that. A PDF document I found online from Flight Instructor Online, which was a kind of a step-by-step guide, but I didn't really follow that. It has a really good picture of the gauges and kind of breaking down what each system is, so where the flight controls are, fire protection. So when I was looking for a particular system, I knew where to look, so that was quite good. What's this? Oil quantity? Different normal meters of tail part. I mean, more than half the stuff here I don't understand what it's saying or telling me. It's you've got fuel, you've got engines, you've got electrics, you've got air conditioning, engine start, and yeah, many of the fundamentally it's very similar to the 7.2. You know, it's the same system, so you've got the same parts of the aircraft doing the same thing. It didn't take too long, and once I got mastered the stabilizer trim system. Now this is unique. The stabilizer, and don't quote me on this, I might be way wrong here. Sorry about that noise here. On any other aircraft I've flown, the 7.3 and all the other aircraft I've flown, the stabilizer when you trim moves the entire stabilizer. I think for the Tupolev it doesn't. It moves the actual elevator position, and then you can still pitch accordingly. And then this does move in an automatic sense somehow, but I have no idea. I've only kind of watched by kind of looking at some videos online and read it, but it's a very different way. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, Zach, I can't hear a word you said. It wasn't the best time to go outside, to be fair. But yeah, I hope you understood. Yes, sorry, reflective reality simulations. Yes, his tutorial on the Tupolev was very useful. I guess my friend from Russia there, my uncle was a captain on this beautiful machine. That's really cool. Very, very nice. Lola, how does the Tupolev compare to the 737? Yeah, very different, obviously. But I can see similarities between Western aircraft of a similar age and this. But it's... oh, feeling-wise, I don't know. I've not flown it enough manually, but on departure and approach, it's very sluggish. Roll rates are very slow. But yeah, X-Plane will look at the flight model and accurately replicate what it is. I think Felis as well spoke to Tupolev pilots as well, according to the store or what the blurb was, so I think it's good. So basically, the stabilizer moves with flaps on the Tupolev according to the CG selector. I found that the hard way, Felis, because I forgot to put this position in the correct... I forgot to put this switch in the correct position. All of a sudden the aircraft started pitching up and I was pushing nose down and it wouldn't move the nose down. I was trimming nose down and then I ran out of nose down trim and I just couldn't get the nose down, and then all of a sudden it stalled. It was hard. Lauren's Monig, is the bug up speed on the 737 always the same? No, it changes based on your gross weight. The up speed, or the up speed on the 737, or the point where you bug up, that speed is VREF plus 70 knots. So the VREF of flat 40 plus 70 knots. So if you want to work out what the upspeed is, find what your VO40 is. So if you go into the FMC on the 737, and I know you guys like this because a lot of people say they always learn something new. Next time you fly the Zebo mod, the PMDG, have a look at the FMC init ref page. Have a look at what your flap 40 speed is. So flap 40, let's imagine it's 132 knots. If you add 70 to that, that will be your upspeed. So the upspeed in that case, 132 will be 202. So yeah, it's always plus 70. Your flap 40 speed is the upspeed on the 737. There you go. There's your something you've learnt new today. For the Tupolev, I can't tell you exactly how to calculate that, but for the 7.3, that's how you work that out. Universe, does T-tail design negatively affect when entering deep stall? Yeah, I mean, T-tails are always dangerous in stall situations. They often have a stick pusher to lower the nose. Again, what this aircraft has, I don't know, but I certainly know in certain situations you can't either. It's very difficult or you cannot recover from a stall. I certainly wouldn't want to stall any aircraft, let alone a T-tail. Right, anyway, I have no idea what the optimal weight is for me to do my cruise climb at. Why is that going very slowly? Is that because I've got the wrong VO tuned? It is. 1150. Thankfully, we're not navigating using VOR today, otherwise I have to keep updating this like we do when we fly the 7.2 or the 7.3 by FlyJSim, because I don't use a GPS or FMC in that aircraft. Tesla guy, do you prefer the 7.3 or A320 cockpit? Obvious differences aside, which do you prefer in terms of work conditions? Yeah, the Airbus is going to win hands down with regards to aesthetically pleasing and where's good to work. Bigger cockpit, quieter, you've got a tray table, yeah, it's a nicer office. Lolo, what do the warning alarms sound like in the Tupolev? No doubt you'll hear several on the approach to Moscow. Sheremetyevo. God, I can't pronounce this airport. Uniform, beautiful, echo, echo. Matthias, you should try some BizJet soon. Yeah, that's a good point. We've never flown a Learjet or a BizJet. No doubt there's some decent ones in next week. Well, let me know in chat. What's one of the better business jets available? I know there's a few, and yeah, we'll fire one of those up soon. I'm pretty sure if I could get this from A to B, there's not too many other things I can have a good crack at. Pronounce it Sheremetyevo. Sheremetyevo. I love this. Oh my goodness. Learjet 45, the X-Craft's Legacy 650 isn't bad. The Phenom 300, that's the baby whiz jet. Cool. I know there's loads of decent add-ons available. Coming at 4 minutes past 6. That's a shame that the stream crashed, because I wanted it to be one of the longest streams I've done, but I know it's not going to be. It's a real pain. Guys, thank you very much for everyone. Again, so I keep reminding you, but I do like to get those likes in, because it helps me get the channel out to as many people as possible. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. We've got 495 likes. We're nearly reaching 500. We've already passed the halfway target for the stream, but let's see what we can get up to. Zach Renfrey, I landed in my home base for the last time yesterday for said airline. Take a few weeks off and relax. Nothing we could do other than relax. You're quite right, Zach. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think this time last week I was a lot more worried, but I don't know if you could be a colleague of mine, I don't know, but I don't think job losses are on order at the moment. I think. Oh well, I mean, I don't go into much detail on my streams, but yeah, I've got a significant pay cut, as most of us all have. But we just got to deal with the situation. Everyone's in the same boat. But what can you do? Lolo, if you could fly any 3-4 engine plane in real life, what would it be? I'd love to fly the 7. Well, the 7.8. Sorry, it's 2 engines. The Jumbo, of course, would be good fun to have a go in that. That's interesting, Flyer. Anyone having resolution problems should know that YouTube is downscaling to ease internet strain worldwide. It's most likely not yours or Flight Data Sims issues. Well, everything's fine here, but I certainly know Netflix have certainly lowered their they've certainly downscaled their resolution, haven't they? I don't think they're doing 4K. I'm not sure. You probably are, Zach, and there's nothing wrong with that. I completely agree with you. Oh, Nightbot, thank you very much for getting the weather for Moscow. Oh, look at that. Wind is 280 and I think that's 3 meters per second. I've never seen that on a meta. Clear skies, it's 0 degrees, QNH high. Looks like runway 24 is in use. Oh, screw that. I'm going to go straight in on runway 06. With that wind, we can accept a tailwind. It's going to be too difficult, and I've only practiced on runway 06 as well. Lewis Aikman, go max speed, please. You smash that thumbs up button, and we'll get there quicker. I'll do it if we get up there. If we get there. I'm sure we've got a few knots here. I want to try and do 1,000 kilometers an hour if we can. So now over the Baltic Sea. It's loud. Sweet. Ufia is already about max speed. Yeah, we're going pretty quick, but we could definitely go quicker. I think down here we have a indicator which shows our maximum Mach number. There you go, look. So we can go up to Mach decimal 0.91. There's a little bit of room here for a bit more speed. Jelly Van Rulen, are you going to fly the Concorde? Yes, at one point we will do. Peter Check, the emergency brake pressure is low. Looks good to me. Or is that light saying that I need to top it up? I do want to stop messing around with these pumps. I mean, they're all off, but I'm guessing we're using some sort of engine-driven hydraulic system at the moment. But hopefully we won't need to use the emergency brakes. Russell Solotov, yes. Yeah, sorry. That is flight deck to sim in Russian. That is flight deck to sim in Russian. And I have to say thanks again to Positive Rate, Cadence, or Positive Rate. He should take all the credit for making that livery. Thank you very much. Go check out him on YouTube. Press the accumulator charge. So that's all I've got to do, is it? I don't need to. Well, it's probably sufficient pressure. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've recharged it, lights off, so yeah, very good. Have you flown the BA-146 on stream? I don't think there is a decent one for X-Plane 11. I generally don't want to fly unrealistic versions of anything in the game. I just want to fly the realistic aircraft. I don't know if there's a good one there. Positive Rate, you're making me blush. Well, you went to all that hard work, thank you. Oh, look, Michael Smith, very critical at Positive Rate. Exhaust isn't dirty enough. Oh, nice one, Positive Rate. No problem at all. I think you did a fantastic job. It's more safe now, says Petter. Well, thanks for pointing it out. I think it's about time we did our cruise climb. We're just approaching where we need to go. Making land for Lithuania, we'll go from there. Oh, Krug's donation coming in. Thank you very much. Martine, Marcancini for your €20 donation. Very kind. Thank you. Stay safe. I hope you get back to work in no time. Question: what does the nose wheel steering alternate normal switch do on the 737? Well, thank you very much, Martin, for your donation. So yes, the alternate nose wheel steering, if you lose system A hydraulic pressures in the 737, they usually power all the landing gears and something. It also provides the nose wheel steering. That allows system B pressure to provide nose wheel steering for you after landing, so you can still taxi. But yes, if you lose both hydraulic systems, you're buggered. You can't taxi at all. But I don't know if there's any other uses, but certainly when I was in the sim, the only time we ever used that was when we had no hydraulic A pressure. But yes, thank you very much for the donation. KPS, where in the world are you in the sim? No, that's not the... I thought that was the Habitat map. That's the one off the flight plan. There you go. We're coming up to Lithuania. And then we'll be flying through Lithuania. I mean, I can't pronounce it. Kaunas Vilnius. I don't know if we just cross into Latvia. I'm not sure. But I think we're going to go a little bit more eastbound soon, through Belarus and then onwards to Moscow here. But no, we've made good progress. We started here. We're approaching kind of 3/5 of the way. Don't think I've ever said that in a pay. We're 3/5 on our way there. Oh, sorry, Lolo. Your name is pronounced YOLO. I apologise. YOLO. I'm sorry for that. Why is it going very dark in here? I thought I turned all the lights on. Is there more lighting? Windshield wiper. Oh, there's a clock here as well for the first officer. Interesting. Maybe, there we go. Let's turn all these up. It's funny, I had no idea it was there, but I just kind of presumed it would have been. Looks a little bit better. Oh yeah, look at that. God, those reminds me of the lights that you find in old factories or your old schools, don't you, with the plastic covers on. Might turn that one down a bit, actually. It's a bit glary. Well, I'll leave it there. KBS, the big red handle is for the lights, you absolute tool. Let's pull that one. I like that. But yes, this is Kilo Lima Papa VOR. We're currently inbound to. Yeah, I think we're doing really well. Progress is good. 2 hours. Oh no, look at that. Nearly 2 hours into the flight. So yeah, just over an hour and 30 minutes to go. We're doing good, guys. Turn on the fans, please. Okay. It's getting a little flustered here in the flight deck, to be fair. There you go. Now we've gone for the full authenticity. I think the engineers even got a fan look. Let's blow around the coronavirus, the flight deck. There we go, I'll leave it on for you. Wipers too, won't turn the wipers on. I think they'll be okay. But yeah, look at the weather. The weather has just been phenomenal. And it's loud. Absolute heifer an aeroplane, love it. Thank you very much for subscribing, LE Cam. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're enjoying it, and thank you for staying up to date with all the content. Russell Sultanov, have you ever been to Moscow? Would you love to visit? I haven't, but yes, I would like to visit Russia at some point. Bristol Aviation, why is your visibility so bad? Are you talking about the weather? I think that's just a little bit of a haze haze layer. A little bit of cloud there, but yeah, it can be like that sometimes. And here comes the coastline of Lithuania. Average, can you give any factors for wing flex wind weight? Not sure what you're referring to there, buddy. Cool. Oh, I might just try to do level 2. It's tempting. Sorry guys, you're boring me. No, I'm joking. I might do. Let me know in chat if you want me to try. Yeah, Tesla guy, I think you were on the same tracks as me. I want to see if it's any quicker. Vanguard, does the attitude indicator need calibrating? I don't know. I've not touched it since we were on airborne. I just want to see how many likes we've got. Good, nice. 532. We're going to struggle, I think, for our 985. Oh, I didn't street break, but yeah, guys, don't forget to thumbs up and get to as many likes as possible, and we'll see how fast we can fly this aircraft. And Daniel, let's get Mariana Breakout. I did ask, but she was like, no. No, I'm going to play level 2. if we ever end up doing one of these cross the pond streams or something, I need to make sure that we have this installed. Oh, it's definitely quicker, flipping heck. Oh god, nearly lost it. Good position here. We're all children, really, are we? I don't think we ever grow up. I love this. Oh, I just wanted that one block. I have to come back. It's really sensitive though. It moves really quickly. Oh yes, get that one block. Oh! Oh, I nearly lost it. Yeah, that is significantly quick. Oh, look at that. That was nice. And the last one over here. No, wrong way. No, nice. Bit of lateral on there. Ah. Oh, come on. Oh! Risky manoeuvres. Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. Come on. No, there we go. Come on, last one. Ah! Screw it. So far, we're doing okay. Ah. Oh my, honestly, my wrist is like going all tight. Come on. This is literally like the most frustrating thing now. Oh, that was not a good one. Put some spin on it. So I'm trying. Right, similar position. Come on, one more like that. That's got to be it. Oh, whatever. That was absolutely so close. Here we go again. That's some serious spin, but not in the right direction. Wrong corner. Come on. Ooh, nearly lost it. Oh, this is really annoying now. Come on, there we go. No problem at all. Level 3. We'll come back to that before top of descent. Brilliant. Use your yoke to move it. Ah, focus. Good one. Right, we just passed Kilo Lima Papa, so we're now overhead Lithuania. We're tuned at 14.1, which is going to take us... Actually, we're just going to be crossing into Latvia very briefly. This VOR is just right south. It's on the border of Lithuania and Latvia. A little bit out of range at the moment. I've got ortho full here, but yeah, you can see there's a few tile issues. Unfortunately, no ortho for Russia, so as we do carry on going eastbound, we have to go back to a few default textures. But we could do with that. Level 3 unlocks the landing gear. Just imagine, right? Yeah, you have to play the levels, otherwise you don't get certain systems. You have to get to level 3 to unlock the gear. Brilliant. Yeah, no weather. Yeah, I think we'll definitely... You know, am I brave enough to fly this on VATS at the moment? Not really. But I think I could. But we're definitely going to jump in this aircraft again. I think it's one of the most rewarding aircraft I've flown today. He's just donated. Thank you very much, Tal. He's just donated a GTA reference. Mission Pass plus respect. And now, if you could just imagine the sound that would come with that after you pass the mission. I've got that in my head so well. Thank you very much for your donation there. Very kind. That's not 737. I mean, Russian Ortho isn't nothing special. It's just white. Fair point. Right, anyway, I think it's about time we did this cruise climb. I said we'll do it about 2 hours into flight. So, what's going to be the best way of doing this without crashing? So, let's put this up to... No, that's the pressure. I don't want to change that. There we go, 35,000. I could probably go a bit higher, but I don't really want to start pushing my luck with this aircraft. There we are. So I think the best way to do this is... right, if I remember right, it's disconnect speed and push this. And the aircraft's now going to pitch for the speed. So I'm going to add a bit of thrust manually. The aircraft should climb to maintain the speed. There we are. So it's at about 95%. There we are. We're climbing really quickly. I mean, we've got ample performance here. I mean, that's 10 meters a second. That's 2,000 feet per minute. There we go. Dropping back a little bit. Doing about 1,000 feet per minute. That's 5 meters per second. So probably not as much as before. And yeah, we're going to just crank that speed down a tiny bit. Because our Mach number will increase in that case. Dimitri, why are you using the fake GPS navigator? Well, my understanding is current Tupolevs have a GPS very similar to the Garmin system. And for me to navigate, I could navigate conventionally, but it's such a high workload aircraft, and whilst I'm streaming, it's easier to do this and follow the GPS route, if I'm honest. Like one step at a time. Like you well know, I do fly. Well, probably don't know, but I fly the FlyJ Sim conventionally, and that is hard work. Single pilot trying to line up your needles, your DMEs, make your turns at the right time. So yeah, I am cheating. To be fair, I'd say I'm cheating. Maybe a little bit more thrust in it. Pizza Comp, what does the K mean in 22, 24, 26? That's pounds of thrust. Come on, keep pedaling. We're going very fast, to be fair, look, because we've maintained a fixed indicated airspeed. So I'm just going to, again, lower the speed slightly, just to help her climb. Thank you. Now, remember, I have to level off here manually. It doesn't have an altitude capture function. So as we approach 35,000, just bring the speed back, and then we'll put punch the pitch hold, and then re-engage the speed hold mode as well. Tao, where are you landing in Moscow? Thank you, Tesla guy. Save me from having to say it. Come on, you can do it. Keep pedaling. Ah, that's interesting. I can't actually change the speed I'm climbing at. Ah, so what I'm going to have to do is temporarily go to speed.
Enabled.
Speed back like that. Disconnect, and then go back to the pitch which we're on. That's just going to help her climb. Felis, you're not using autothrottle right now. You need to adjust pitch by the pitch wheel. Ah, okay. So I'm kind of treating this like level change on the 7.3. So I need to pitch manually, climb, and then you press V to re-engage the speed to maintain. Okay. Oh, I've just bust my altitude now. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly press descend. Oops, nothing to see. I'm just gonna descend manually here. I'm actually gonna disengage the thrust. So let's just push down and descend back to flight level 350. Nothing to see, guys. All good in the hood. Down we go. There you go, pitch hold and speed.
Auto-throttle enabled.
I think we're okay. We're doing a little bit quicker. Look, we're doing Mach decimal 0.87. That's the fastest I've ever been in a desktop simulator streaming. Many records broken today. And here we are overhead Lithuania. We're just gonna, I'm just having a look at the map here. We're just gonna go just south of Latvia, enter the airspace, and then it will be Belarus and then Russia. Not a huge amount of time left to go. I should think we've been sending in around an hour. Tau, the horn sounds like the alarm from Reactor 4 when it goes down. And, yeah, Chernobyl, that was a great series. I really enjoyed watching that on Sky Atlantic. Was it Sky? I can't remember. I managed to watch it somehow because I don't have Sky. It was really cool. Farah Mohammed ETA, based on the calculated flight time, which is quite accurate. We've been airborne now for 2 hours, about another hour and 15 minutes from now. We'll start our descent in about 35-40 minutes. But we are going fast. Oh yeah, Ben Spouse, what's our ground speed? Again, I don't know how that works exactly, but yeah, look at that, we're doing 915, 920 kilometers an hour true speed, and according to this, I don't know if we've got headwind, maybe that's why our ground speed is 850 kilometers an hour. And that uses some sort of Doppler system, apparently. A flight sim flying real planes, let us pass Mach decimal 0.9. As promised, if we get a few more likes, I'll push this aircraft up to its maximum Mach number. I think we're going to struggle with the split stream. I reckon we could have got 1,000 likes with the total stream there, because I don't know what the first video had. It had over 100 before the flipping X-Plane 11 crashed, but what can you do? But yeah, smash that thumbs up button, and I'll get us as quick as we can. Sun's setting here in the UK as well. If it was live time, it would be dark as well, too. But yes, we're doing well. 557 likes, guys. Thank you very much. We might make it. But yeah, if we get up to 975, I'll push the beans on this aircraft. Universe 850 GS. That's kilometers an hour, remember, not knots. Chase, can you show the exterior? Of course I can, sir. Hold your ears, guys. Absolute tank. We are shifting. I think the wind's coming from the north. You can see how it's crabbing there. So I have no idea what the wind is up here. I'm using live weather, so should be all up to date. Certainly not on no smoking flights itself in aviation, probably. Oh, FNN, don't. Especially if the soup crashes on top of the head. Not funny. Ugh. It's been very well behaved. If you're a frequent viewer, that was the first ever, middle of the stream crash. I've never had it before. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually, but the system I've got is pretty good. It was down to X-Plane. X-Plane 11 came up with some error message about something to do with IVP connection, or I don't know, something to do with connecting to the internet. I tried to reboot the sim in-game, or without restarting the PC, but the same message came up, so I was forced to reset the PC, which unfortunately meant I had to reset Streamlabs, because I do everything on one computer, which meant the stream was split into 2 streams, regrettably. But yeah, what can you do? At least it's sort of with continuity, you know, it worked out okay. But yeah, I'll try and investigate what happened and see if we can do anything to prevent it from happening in the future. So yeah, this button I pushed here holds. I think it basically just, it's like out holding the 7.3. If you push it, it'll just maintain whatever it is. So yeah, I wasn't quite at 35,000. So it's holding exactly 35,020 feet, which is fine. It's okay. That's how you love how flight deck sim is written in acrylic on the side of the aircraft. You have positive rate thanks to that. The guy made the livery. It was really cool. A Tesla car views on the Tolis A319 via the Zibo 737. Well, you know, having only flown the 73, Zibo is obviously, as you well know, my go-to 73 aircraft, and I'm sure Tolis's A319 is an accurate representation of the if its real-life counterpart. But yeah, I think they're both good. Farron, you'd like a cabin tour? To be fair, we haven't done a cabin tour for at least a couple of hours. Let's go. There's definitely no toilets, as you can see. If you go into the toilet, you'd come to a bit of a demise. But yeah, here we go. There's the flight deck to sim alpaca headrests. I love that. And there is your flight deck to sim alpaca safety car too. Brilliant. But yeah, it's a nice cabin. What are these? They look like large Wranglers, like you dry your clothes on them, or cheese graters. I have no idea what they are. Nice little kitchen area. What's going on behind the curtain? Not much. Love that authentic wooden tray table. You get little trains and aircraft from that era. Brilliant. Maybe you see what's in the rig, Annie. Rest, you should give the Collimata Concorde a go. We will, don't worry, it's coming. I guarantee it wouldn't be this quiet in reality. What is that? I think that's the APU inlet door. A little bit grubby back here. Cool. Better shut this so old Vladimir doesn't walk in. Maxim, QFE is still a thing. Yeah, they do have all the charts referenced to meters, but they also have it referenced to feet. So I don't know. I've never flown to Moscow, so I don't know if Western aircraft or Western operators use meters or the metric system, or they just revert to the feet on the chart. But I think they just send you to meters in Moscow. I am tired, guys. These long streams. I mean, what is it now? 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. Well, to be fair, I think we're 3.5 hours with the intermission. So 2.5 hours. I'm going to be tired after this. Universe says the TU-154 statistically considered unsafe. Yeah, I've had a lot of incidents, I think, reading into it. But again, it's been generally down to the mishandling of the aircraft, I think, by crew as opposed to the actual technical problems. But yeah, it is inherently unstable with all of these flipping systems it needs to make sure you're in trim and the CG's in the right position. I wouldn't really want to fly one if I'm perfectly honest, but I think they still fly around in some parts of the world. Pilot Mike, I flew over Russia the other day from Thailand and they were using flight levels and feet. Oh, cool. Oh, we're talking about yes, so this is a non-political stream, so we do avoid conversation regarding political views, anything like that. Don't discourage such conversation. So how much fuel have we got left? Is that it? I thought we'd have a little bit more at this stage. 11 tons. Oof. I hope I don't run out of fuel. I definitely set that up correctly. So I'm not in tank 4. There's 2 tanks here. So it's about 2 tons. 4 tons, because there's 2 tanks there. So 6 tons, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we got... yeah. So it's the sum of all these needles, basically. Thomas Basket, is that a freaking fan? Yeah, it is. A little bit hot here in the flight deck. Pilot Mike, yeah, do you want to take it to MMO? Yeah, absolutely. Very dangerous aircraft. Might get some sort of Mac Buffett or something. Mac tucking it all as we're going towards down. Sea needle is the total fuel. Ah, this one here. Ah, got you. So total 10,000. Got you, got you. That makes sense with what the fuel system flow meter's been saying. Got you. Ah, thank you very much, Felis. Thank you very much to KPS who's just donated.
Have to go now, but he'll be sure to watch the crasher landing later. Have a good night, Captain.
Thank you very much, KPS, for the continued support. Another generous donation. He's got to head off now, but you will make sure that you're going to get to the crash landing later. Thank you very much. Yes, no doubt in about an hour and a half's time, I'll be sweating more and I'll be turning all the fans on in the Tupolev flight deck. Thank you very much for your continued support, buddy. And yeah, take care. See you shortly. Thank you, Felis. So yeah, Felis, if you just come new, if you just joined the stream, Felis Leopard in chat is the developer of this fantastic add-on. And I mean, he's really helped me quite a bit during this stream, clearing some things up. But yeah, the C is the total amount, so 10,000. So adding all these needles up, I, R, L, R, L, and these, which should hopefully add equals C. But yeah, we've just got over 10 tons of fuel on board, which I think will be sufficient. We've burnt 15 tons of fuel so far. Obviously, most of that's in the big chunk of that was in the climb. But right now we're probably burning 4.5, 5 tons of fuel an hour. She is thirsty. Russell, do you have no terms that say 06 Centre is closed for reconstruction? Be careful. I'm sure that's not simulated, Russell, but we're going to land on 06 right today in Moscow Sheremetyevo. Oh, Felis, your cat's just overturned the hooker. Damn, collecting burning coal. I'm sure that's a nice smoking mess. I'm in your Discord, Felis. I'll be honest, I haven't spent too much time looking around, but I did see there was a lot of cat-themed chat going on in there. Oh dear, no fire, but there'll be burn marks. I hope you get that sorted, buddy. Right, Tez, I'm going to make a note of this. Sheremetyevo. Sheremetyevo, is that correct? I thought it was Sheremetyevo. I don't know. Another Gene, how far out are we, distance-wise? Oh, God, you're making it hard. Well, let me just tune the next VOR and I'll be able to work it out for you. 14, 1, 12, 7. Go 12, 7 on box 2 as well. So this VOR is in Belarus, right in the northeast of the country. We're here in Riga. We're going to make a right turn soon over DGP 4. No, actually, I've turned that off a little bit early. Let me just put 14.1 back on. So yeah, we're DGP VOR. Is about here. We're going to make a right turn soon to fly kind of southeast towards Victor Tango Bravo, which is here in Belarus, and then we're going to go eastbound towards the arrival into Moscow. Flight time is around 3 hours 30. We've been airborne now for 2 hours 40, so I'd say we'll be touching down about an hour and 10 minutes. We starting on descent about 30-35 minutes. Sheremetyevo, thanks Mike. Pilot Mike. 787 First Officer, good friend of mine. If you're new to the chat, please go check him out. He's been invaluable helping me, answer questions in Discord and stuff. And he does that all in his own time. So thanks a lot, buddy. And yeah, keep in touch as you have been as well. I've even made a note of that. How many likes are we up to now? I have to keep opening the actual page because it doesn't show you on the kind of YouTube dashboard. Nice, 574 likes. If you just joined the chat, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. You guys will be sick of me saying this now. Let's have a bit of a push to 600 now. And you never know, in the next 30 minutes, we could push on and see how fast we can go just prior to top of descent. And we're right over top of Delta Golf Papa right now. The VOR, inbound now to our last VOR, our last en route VOR, which is Victor Tango Bravo. Oops, that was me knocking the altitude alert. Let's just put that back to 35,000 feet. There we go. So you can see with the slant range, we've now just passed the beacon. So we're 6 miles above the beacon, and now that will start increasing. Thanks, Dougal. I do always appreciate that as well. I do see you there asking those, requesting the likes. I know, Gene, you got some in real life stuff to do. We'll be back in a bit. Take care. Hopefully, you'll see you shortly. FNM, why so aggressive in the roll? I just think that's probably the way the autopilot's been programmed. The Fly J sims are a little bit aggressive in roll too with the automation when you're changing headings and courses. Infinite Captain 2-1, high flight sim. I've had 5 flights on that sim. Have you got any tips? Well, I mean, if you've done 5 flights, you're probably well on your way now. But no, take your time, be patient. The controllers there are generally quite good if you need any extra assistance and stuff. But yeah, just try and follow real-world procedures as accurately as possible. It's a steep learning curve. You're trying to fly the airplane and communicate too. But yeah, enjoy the experience. I'm a good advocate for that sim. It's great for most people. Should we pull out the next fly, JSIM 737 on a return trip to Bristol in the Alpaca livery? Yeah, we left it in Lanzarote, didn't we? We flew it quite recently, about a month ago. We went Corfu, Greece and back. I'd like to go in the 727 again at some point, because I do like flying the aircraft. But yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a few more streams in the Tupolev. Aviation Dreamer, what airline do you fly for? A common question asked on my stream. I work for a European operator, and as much as I do divulge, based in the UK. Thank you, Listerman, for highlighting that too. Appreciate that. Ethan7878, do you recommend buying current charts before starting on VATSIM? Navigraph doesn't exactly fit the budget currently. Sorry to hear that, Ethan. I mean, the Navigraph subscription is probably the best way of keeping up-to-date charts. But if you look online, and actually what's quite useful, if you look on the airport, if you type in, a lot of the VATSIM have different networks, so different countries would be represented by a different VATSIM sort of backgrounds. For example, there's a VATSIM Spain, VATSIM UK. You can click on the airports, and sometimes they provide charts for you, and a lot of these charts are completely free. For example, the CAA in the UK provide free charts for all the UK airports, so they're available. And so if money's a bit tight, you don't have to spend anything on a Navigraph subscription. You should be able to find reasonably up-to-date charts online. The Pilot's Life audio impressions on this plane, love it. I really do. It's rewarding to fly, challenging, very different to Western aircraft. I am very much winging it. Right now, obviously, the automation's doing everything, but in the descent, Felis is going to go cross-eyed with some of the things I'm attempting to do. But it works. What I did do yesterday, or a couple of days ago when I did trial it, it did work. It's a bit unorthodox. I couldn't get it to fly an ILS for love nor money. So I think I'm very fortunate. The weather in Russia, in Moscow, Sheremetyevo is good. I think it's pretty much clear skies, calm winds. It's like it was expecting me to come. So I'm in a good position here. I'm just having a look at the latest weather right now. Yeah. Wind is calm, clear skies, nippy, -2, bit cold. QNH is 1032. Sheremetyevo. Why didn't I should have just listened before the stream on its pronunciation, so I can actually hear. Screw it. Guys, I'm just going to go on Google Translate and see if I can have someone How do you pronounce Moscow? I like how it comes up in the suggested chat. Right, let's have a listen to this. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Here we go. Oh, I can hear my own voice. That's no good. Hold on. Sheremetyevo. Is that correct? It's got a lot of likes. This one. Sheremetyevo. Let's go for that. Sheremetyevo. Sheremetyevo. I am so sorry if I've offended everyone with this. Sheremetyevo. I won't forget that now. I like that more FPL. Now the famous Icelandic volcano. Oh, no way, Jose. Oh, dear. Right, anyway. 12-7. I think it's about time we start thinking about the approach into Moscow. This will be the first ever time we've entered Russian airspace. To be fair, I think there's a lot of few countries we've not flown. Oh no, we have flown to Latvia and Lithuania. But no, this is the first time we've flown into Belarus, first ever time into Russia. But yeah, let's have a look at these charts. So uniform, uniform, echo, echo. This is one of the many international airports around Moscow. And we need the Foxtrot Kilo 1 Echo, which I've planned for. Foxtrot Kilo 1 Echo. There's DME and a correlated NDB here. So we'll tune that up. I'm going to get to uniform mic, and then we're going to fly a transition called uniform mic 06 Alpha. So once we get to uniform mic, we just make a left turn. We'll intercept the localizer from 06 right. The approach is ILS 06. Right, let's go for Zulu. So I had a look at this yesterday. Yeah, you see you've got the minimums in feet, so you have a conversion here, I guess. I'm sure they might send you in meters, so you can just quickly convert that there. So 3,000 feet, 3,500, 900 meters, which is useful. So we are going to find out where we need to start our descent, and I've based that. Oh, goodness sake. Where's Foxtrot Kilo? So what we're going to do is tune up 112.2. We're a little bit far out for now. And when we're 50 miles before Foxtrot Kilo, we're going to start our descent into Moscow. Into Moscow Sheremetyevo. Okay. And the reason I've worked that out is because the distance I've worked out from touchdown to 3 times our height, 35,000 feet, is 50 miles before Foxtrot Kilo. So we're going to tune 112.2 for the DME, which will be on this side. And then I'm just going to tune up here initially the VOR on the field, which will be very useful to work out how far away we are. So yeah, 14.6 is the Sheremetyevo VOR, 14.6. I'm going to put that, well, I want to leave 1127 on first because that's the Victor Tango Bravo, but once we're outbound from that, we'll start fiddling with things. Now, I did have a play with the NDB, or the ADF I should say, yesterday. I just could not get it to work. So 985 is Foxtrot Kilo, which you can see from yesterday is tuned. Felis, if you are here, or if anyone that's flown this aircraft a lot, what do I need to put here? Do I need to leave it on comm or antenna for this to tune correctly? I think that's all I need to do, because I just couldn't get the needle pointing towards it. No, I was getting a bit frustrated with it. I was like, why is it not showing me where the ADF is? But to aid with my guidance, I think I want to try and fly it conventionally, but I think you can still select it all here anyway. So you've got ILS 06 left, 06 right. Actually, I better just go heading select, because last time I did this, it went all a bit skew with and I lost its point. We're going to have to align everything again as well prior to departure. So I'm just going to go heading select briefly. CS. I don't know what CS stands for, but there we are. We're on heading hold now. We want ILS 06 right. Yankee? Oh, there's Zulu. And you can actually select, look, the transition and everything, so that's really cool. So the transition is going to be via uniform mic and then Susor, so we want the Susor initial approach fix. And I think if I press load, I don't know if it routes direct. Oh no, how do I? So I think it should all be correctly coded. So you've got. Oh no, that's not correct. Is that correctly coded? I think it's that way I can, you know, if I get a bit busy, I can just revert back to the LNAV function. Let me just activate that. But then I think it's going to route direct to the point. Oh, let me just do that again. ILS, I don't know how to work this thing. Susor. Activate. Right, now we're routing direct to Susor, which is not what I wanted to do at all. Oops. Right. Okay. Let's now just try and re-put the information in. That is not what I wanted to do at all. All right. Let me just reload the flight plan. Oh no. Director Echo Golf Lima Lima. Oh no. I really screwed this up. Oh no. Big piece of rubbish. Oh Jesus. Right, how do I route direct? Right, where we're going inbound to is direct to Victor Tango Bravo. And now we're completely on conventional navigation here, so keep an eye on this. 37.5. We're okay. We've got about 5 minutes for me to fix this. So if I just route direct to Kilo Lima Papa using this, activate. There we go. Right, okay. Let me just try this again. Kilo Lima Papa, Delta Golf Papa. No, we don't know. We're inbound to Victor Tango Bravo, aren't we? Oh my goodness me! Otherwise, we're going to go backwards. Victor Tango Bravo. I'm on a QDM of 100. Victor Tango Bravo. Belarus. Activate. Oh, now it's just Victor Tango Bravo. Oh my days! And you can see, look, it's still going in a straight line. What have I done? That's just direct Victor Tango Bravo and then delete the rest. Unbelievable. Well, what I could do is after Victor Tango Bravo, which is here, just route direct to the arrival, because I think that's going to be pretty much what we do. Because if you look on the flight plan, this is Victor Tango Bravo. It's just a straight line, so I think what I'll do, if I can select the approach again, select approach, select arrival. Do I select arrival? Oh no, I'll select approach as well. Oh, now I'm routing direct to the airport. Oh, this is really annoying. You know, we're in this classic Russian aircraft. I'm actually, the bit that's I'm struggling with is the modern technology. Right, let's just try and get the whole flight plan loaded again. No. Oh, god damn it. This is infuriating. Thank you very much to Tom Knudsen, who's donated 20 Norwegian kroner. I have absolutely no idea what you said. Thank you very much. If someone could translate that for me, I'll be much obliged. Also, I'm on my way I'm about to... Right, let me just try procedure. Select approach. Airport UMII? No, I'm not going there. Oh, for God. Right, I'm going to have to navigate manually here because we're about to go over the VOR. So just to show you what I'm doing. So Victor Tango Bravo. After that, we're going to fly 070. So as soon as we're over the beacon, just going to make a slight left turn here. I want to kiss you, he said. Oh, hello, Captain. List him in. Banter. Thank you very much, Tom, for your Russian banter. Right, that's in. Flight plan. I don't want to go direct to Echo Golf Lima Lima. Are you mental? Now it's saying uniform, uniform, Echo, Echo. So ILS 06 right Zulu, enter. Susor, enter. Activate. Oh, right, I think if we time this right, I could just route direct to Susor from him over here, and it's going to be the right position anyway. So let's just wait for that to go down. Because Victor Tango Bravo, direct to well, no, I don't want to go direct to Susor, I want to go via Felshire Kilo, but I'm just going to... Let's just do that for now, at least we're going in the right direction. But I want to fly the Star, if I'm honest. GPS is for noobs, I agree, Sagi. But I can't get the NTB to work, so... There we go, here's the DME. Remember guys, when this gets to 50, we're going to initiate our descent. So we've got 100 miles before top of descent. I want to try and get this working first. I just think we get inbound to Susor, which I don't really want to do yet, because Susor is kind of cutting the Star off. Which is here. I want to actually try and fly this arrival. So if I can get to direct to FK, let me just... I've basically screwed this up completely. Let me just get in the right direction and get heading select engaged. Use procedure to select the arrival first, then select the approach, but don't activate until ready to fly it. Oh god damn it. Right, let me just get back into heading select, because if I activate this again, it's going to start turning back towards Heathrow or something stupid. What's happened here? So I want to get onto heading around 070. It's going really far north. Alright, I'm just going to engage heading select here. Fly the heading. Let me just have a play with this again. Right, I'm just going to reload the flight plan. Now, how do I route direct to a point on here? Press delete. Because look, it's trying to get me to go back to Heathrow, the piece of crabby rubbish. Flight plan. Press clear. What, I have to do this at each one? Okay. Well, I think there's probably an easier way of doing that. Right, there's FK. Yes. Right, we're direct to FK, back to nav. There we go. Right, we're now routing actually to the correct waypoint. We're now routing towards FK. The DME distance to this is 148, so when we're 50 miles before, we'll be fine there. If the GNS 430 is good enough for the Royal Navy, it's good enough for you, says Steve Warren. Thank you very much. Now, if I go procedure, select approach, ILS 06 right Zulu, via Susor, load. Alright. And now we're routing direct to uniform Echo Echo, no? Oh, I don't like this. Because look, it's reversing 064244, and then I'm lost. I'm really lost with this system, and it's really distracting me from everything else. So how do I scroll down? There we go. So there's the full missed approach. Okay, so we are routing direct to FK. Am I right in saying that? And now activate approach. Add the arrival first. Load activate. Just fly direct. How many likes did we get to in the end? No. Activate approach. Right, I'm going to leave that for now. FK. But... Oh, no. Oh no, look, we're actually going all over the place. Are we actually now routing direct to FK, or are we just going on a grand tour of Russia here? I don't know. I think I'm just going to try and do it conventionally, because I'm going to throw this GPS here. I love the aircraft, but the GPS is just I don't know how it works. Right, anyway, as promised, I'm going to see how fast we can go. Felis, try to align the compass and use VOR ADF. I think we'll do it that way. Tom, that's a keep calm, stay positive. It's just a fancy FMC. Thank you very much. And I think we're GPSing it towards Foxtrot Kilo now. Felis, whilst you're here, ADF, is that actually, like, I've tuned, I think I'm a bit too far out though, 985, and then the ADF is on here. Do I have to switch that back to NVU for it to correctly show on the HSI, the NDB? Phil Mano, good pilot, doesn't blame the equipment. Absolutely do. I think we're now intercepting our planned track. Oh, crikey. Well, that's what happens if you go too fast. So what's that? We're doing Mach decimal. 0.88. It won't go any quicker. I'm going to have to bring the speed back here before I bring the aeroplane up. There we go. So that's as fast as we could get it. 900 and... it's about 930 kilometers an hour. No problem. No problem. That's the first alarm we've heard today. I don't think we're navigating the correct direction here. Piece of crap. Really? Right, I'm just gonna select approach. Why has it gone for uniform, India? That's not where I'm going. It's just gone for the nearest airport, hasn't it? Right, I'm just gonna go. I need to go outbound from the VOR here, but I think the aircraft is now. We're routing direct to Foxtrot Kilo. But what I want to do is actually fly outbound on the correct radial. We're going to have to start descending soon as well, in about 60 miles. NCT, are you a real pilot? Oh, no, you've finally got screwed up by a brand new modern GPS. Right, let me just find the QDM I want to be flying. 070. Right, we're flying 070, and I go back to heading. So I've got so much to do as well. I've got so much to do. Alright, let me just do this one more time. Heading select. Right, flight plan. Direct. I'm just going to put uniform, echo, and then select the arrival. I'll just do it that way. So I've got too much to do. Uniform. Uniform, echo, yes. Activate. Right, procedure, select approach, and will that allow me to select my arrival as well? Select arrival first. Oh, yeah, but I did this when I selected approach. So procedure, select approach, ILS 06 right Zulu via Susor, and then I need to select the approach as well. Arrival first. Sorry. Right. Start again. Select arrival. Why is approach above arrival? Oh, arrival. We're flying. There we go. The Foxtrot Kilo 1 Echo. Hell, well, but it's not going to be here, is it? I've not even done this. Where is it? Oh no, actually, it's the uniform Mike 06 Alpha. There we go. And then load. Yes. Yes, Foxtrot Kilo, Antrim, Lemru, Uniform Mike. Susor. Oh, it's in. It's in. Oh, my days. Oh. NVU, No crazy turns. We should be already pretty much there. We've done it. I'm happy with that. Guys, thank you so much for all the screams at the PC, no doubt. Right, we need to remember 50 miles before top of descent, start descent. Let's get everything else set up for the approach. So, Foxtrot Kilo, Artun, Lemru, then to Uniform Mike. We're then going to get to Susor, and then we're going to basically intercept the localizer straight onto the ILS. We'll try and work out our track distance from there. We're going to tune up Sheremetyevo's VOR on the field, and I'm going to tune that up a box 2 as soon as we start our descent, because I need the 50 DME here for that. And we can actually put 14.6 on box 1 now, because we're not using the other VOR. And that will give us a rough idea of how many miles away we are from the airport too. So let's get the rest set up. We'll get the ILS in later on, and I mustn't forget to do that, otherwise it won't work. So 109.1, I'm making a note of it, and the course is 064. Let's get the courses in on the thing downstairs. Voice crack. Oh dear. You guys must be judging me right now. 064. I put the course in here as well. 064. And please, kind of Tupolev guy, Felis, if you're still here, how do I fly an ILS? I tried this yesterday, and I just could not get the flipping thing to intercept, and I just disconnected fly manually. I know obviously I tune the ILS here, put the courses, and then what do I push down here? Is it just approach? And do can I do that whilst in GPS? Do I have to go back to conventional navigation? I don't know. I don't think we're going to have any time to play level 3 either, unfortunately. But yes, we did get as quick as we could. I was hoping to get to Mach decimal 0.9, but unfortunately we couldn't get anywhere near it. Guys, up to 600 likes nearly. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. We'll get to as many likes as possible. We don't think we'll make the target today because of the fact I had to split the stream twice, which is really annoying. Load the approach, damn it. Lol, what have I not... Oh, what have I not done? I don't want to press anything else, because by the time I get to...
approach, Mike said.
What? Mike said arm the approach.
Load the approach.
I'm going to throw this flipping GPS in the bin. I just can't... Basically, flying this classic Russian aircraft, which you've seen me doing for the last 2 days, working fine. There's a GPS here. I can't work it. It's like a sat-nav. I can't work it.
Oh, I said pilots were stupid.
Oh, yeah. Jog on. See you in a bit.
Come on, Jack.
I'm getting abuse from chat on my left. I'm getting abuse from my partner on the right. Even Jack's laughing at me. Alright, load don't activate. Right, okay. Just before descent. Right, before I do this. Right. Do I go to select approach first? I was looking at the chip. Right, load the approach. So I've got to go to select approach, haven't I, to do that? Enter. Right. Do I just push load? Yes? Load? I'm not pushing anything. I'm approaching top of descent here. There's like these needles swinging all over the place. That's my brain right now. Yes, yes, right, load. Alright, FK. Arton, Lemru, Susor, approach. So, I mean, right, okay. Stupid piece of rubbish. Right, anyway. GPS, I don't like you. I think that's going to hopefully do all the lateral navigation for me anyway. Oh, I tried to navigate in this conventionally. It's going to give me a headache, because you're going to watch this descent now. This is not going to go well. Like, I don't know how to descend. So yeah, I'm going to do what I did yesterday. Use this sort of vertical speed pitch mode to get it down. And hopefully it will work. Approaching 50 miles from top of descent. When this reaches 50, remember, this is top of descent. The reason, again, reminding you. 12.2 is the DME we're associating here with Foxtrot Kilo, and 50 miles from here is around 3 times our height from Moscow. Yeah, let's see how it works. Felis, you need to use nav 1 set. Turn on prepare landing switch and press the approach button. Once on glide slope, press glide slope. It'll activate automatically if you have flap 36. Okay, flap 36, is that the full flaps? Okay, flap 45 is full flaps. Okay, I might have to be reminded for this as we get closer. Thank you very much, Tom. That's again, airport police notified aggravated pilot on board. Thank you very much, Tom, for the continued banter as well. Marv, once you're on approach Susor, you'll need to activate it. Okay. Okay, right. I think we're okay. So now one should approach you. So, oh god, oh no, I haven't aligned anything. Right, 15 miles from top of descent. Buttons. Oh, I need to do this. Plugins, X checklist, otherwise it's going to go to skew with. Right, latitude set. Oh, what's our present latitude? I don't want to have to use this any more than I need to. It's got VNav. I'm trying to find out what my present latitude is. I don't have a clue anymore. My brain is fuzzled. I'm looking on a chart right in front of me. I'm just going to find the position of one of the NDBs. We're on a 55 degrees north still. Brilliant. So 55 degrees north. Latitude set, compass mode, magnetic. Yes, adjustment, press and hold. I hope that's now done. Compass correction reference. Adjustment, press and hold. Compass mode DG. Compass correction main. Adjustment hold. Compass correction reference. The adjustment, press and hold. Compass mode magnetic. And compass correction to main. Oh, there we are. Okay. 55 miles are coming right onto top of descent. Just want to say thanks to whoever
Carry
that was.
on up the Tupolev starring.
Thank you very much, Dougal. £5. Carry on up the Tupolev starring. Well, blinding to sim in this case. Thank you very much for the continued banter. I'm going to get a severe headache after this. Right, there we go. 50 miles. I think it's about time we started our descent here. So, what is the best way to do this? I have no idea. What I did was firstly bring the speed back to around 280 knots indicated, and then I just selected I can't even remember. I think I just held down. That was it. And I just set a descent rate of around 2,000 feet per minute, which is 10 meters a second, and that works out well. That's the altitude alert. That's fine. What should we set here? I think if we go down to what we got here, look, minimum holding out. Let's bug 110 as a target descent. We're doing 10 meters a second. That's 2,000 feet per minute. That's acceptable. See the speed's running away slightly, so I can use speed brake. And we are descending quite quickly. So 11,000. I'm only going to use the captain's side stuff here. Felis, for descent, you set your throttle to idle and press V. It will hold indicated airspeed. Oh, thank you so much. There we go. Right. Oh, hold on, that was me. Right. Do I need to re-engage the auto throttle as well? So do I do speed and then V? No, do I have to, Felis, do I have to disconnect speed, I guess? Right, I've go speed V, and I think the aircraft's now going to pitch for the target descent speed, which at the moment is 280 knots. Let me know if I have to re-engage this auto throttle, which is currently off. But we are now pitching for a speed, which is good. Toot toot, you're right, Jordan. Jorge, it's a great sound. So we're past there. What I want to tune now is the VR on the station, which is 14.6. So let's go 14.6 on box 2, and I'll tune the ILS up now on box 1, which is 109.1. These windows could do with a wipe. This is Bristol Aviation. Disconnect auto throttles, Felis. Thank you. So yeah, this is level change in the 7.3. The auto throttle's disconnected, idle thrust, and we're just pitching for a speed. And I'm guessing M is hold Mac. Hold speed and hold Mac, and then pitch hold. That would be my kind of logical guess. Dave Hagen, will there be more live streams coming? Plenty in the next few weeks, because I currently do not have any work. Press the M will hold Mac. M for Mac. Perfect. Well, we want to maintain indicated, otherwise we're going to start breaking speed barriers. Let's bug 300 knots. Now, Now, this is a good point. Because the autothrottle's disconnected, can I still bug my speed? No. So how do I increase my bug speed if I want to speed up in this? Do I have to go back to speed? And then... Because the only way I can think of doing that now is press S for speed.
Enabled.
Then I can bug the speed I want, which is now 300 knots, and then press the speed button again. Honk honk. And then I go back to idle. There we are. Right. Have we got the DME yet for Sheremetyevo? No, we don't. Probably a little bit lower then, because I really want that to work out our distance to go. I think it could be low, but I'd rather be lower than high. We can always level off at a lower altitude. You have to use the pitch wheel for that. Okay. So just to show you where we are. There's our Gagarin FK. We're slightly off track. We're going to be a little bit close to that. Where are we currently actually routing direct to? I can't even remember. We are routing direct to FK, apparently, Foxtrot Kilo. But yeah, hopefully we'll start getting some DME here. That's what I want to see where we are. Tal, since your understanding of Russian aircraft appears to be spot on, are you planning on taking the Antonov 2 for a spin? Are you having a laugh? I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with any of these systems. I mean, I kind of understand what they're doing when you select them, but how they work in comparison to the autothrottle system is completely backwards. I have to say, Felis is being brilliant here, helping me work stuff out. You can do out-hold by pushing H and drop speed that way. Ah, okay. Well, I'm quite happy maintaining around 290 knots at the moment. Or 530 kilometers an hour. When disconnected, autothrottle is in sync mode and tracks your current airspeed. When enabled, it will hold it. Oh. Crikey. We'll purely land in half an hour. I want to watch EastEnders. Oh, crikey. Well, I'm sure you're the only one in chat who'd rather watch EastEnders than me flying a Tupolev. But I reckon, yeah, we'll be touching down in around 30 minutes or so, just in time to watch, is it Phil Mitchell? Is he still there? I don't know. Tim, he's just joined the chat. Thank you very much, Tim. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Mofo, he says. Hope you had a good day. You've come at an excellent time. And this is just default X-Plane 11 textures, I'm afraid. This has been a long flight. In fact, how long have we been airborne here? Just approaching 3 hours, look, 3 hours. We've made really good time. I don't know how long this scheduled flight is from Heathrow to Moscow, flown by BA and Aeroflot, but I shouldn't think it's as quick as this. Where's my DME for the airport? Come on. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of half cheating here on the chart. You see we're going right over the top of Foxtrot Kilo, 985. Now, I have... Is that tuned correctly, 985? I'm meant to have any switches on here because when I select this to ADF, it's not pointing anywhere near it. These needles are all over the place, so I don't know if I'm missing something. I don't know. Oh, there's a mosquito that's just entered in here. You can bugger off. 3 hours 30 in a Tupolev, 4 hours 20 in real life. Sweet. Set ADF to comm mode. Ah. Okay, thanks for this. Put in 405. Put on box 2. Oh, so you got 2, 8. Ah, okay, got you. 4. 5 comm, and then when we get closer, yeah, I think we've just flown over the beacon, so I think that's now correctly pointing. Thank you very much. Felis, the developer of this very aircraft, is taking the time out of his evening to go and help me. He must be He must have his hands over his eyes as I disrespectfully fly his excellently modelled aircraft. I must apologise for trying my absolute hardest. Oh. Right, where's that DME from this? There we go. Right, we're 80 miles from the airport, 8:16:24. We're at 22,000 feet, a tad low, but including the fact we need to slow down, I should think we're pretty close to where we need to be. So I'm going to keep it like this, descending at 300 knots. 451 people have come in. Thank you very much for spending your evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, with me. I hope you're all doing well in this coronavirus outbreak. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. We're trying to get to as many likes as possible. We didn't quite reach the magic 975, but we did exceed VMO MMO at least, so you got to see that. And here we are in the descent into Moscow Sheremetyevo, touching down around 20 to 25 minutes. There we go. Felis says, you're doing okay for the first time in this quite complex aircraft. You're good. Well, it's technically the second or third time, but this is the first ever complete flight from A to B. But yeah, so far so good. We've not crashed, we've not exceeded anything. I know I need to change this to something on the approach as well. Yes, we need to put the CG stabilizer, or the stabilizer setting, sorry, to forward. I'm not going to do that just yet. I need to do that prior to the approach. I need to remember. Connor Martin, does the 737-800 have a ram air turbine? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have it. You have to revert to good old battery power. Everything goes out. But no weather. Look at this. Look at this day. Lovely. I'm afraid it's just default textures though. But Moscow is straight ahead. I need to remember to activate approach, but I'm screwed out. I think I'm just going to go heading, select and intercept the localizer manually. But there's Artun. Thank you, GPS. Thank you, Magic Red Aeroplane. You can turn that off. And we've got 405 uniform Mike. Obviously no DME from the ILS, but passing 18,000 feet, we're going to be 612. Yeah, we're probably a tad high. I'm just going to keep it descending like this. If it gets really bad, I'll just do an orbit, or try to do an orbit. Just turn these lights down a bit now, it's gone super bright. Tesla guy, grubs up, be right back, enjoy your meal. Right, I think I better go back in here. Streamland says, thank you very much for subscribing. Turskiani Milan, thank you very much, welcome to the channel. You can see, look, because there's no Ortho 4XP, my frame rates have improved dramatically. That's 60 frames per second. Ortho just kills, can sometimes really kill the frame rates. Right, I should probably get rid of the game now. Oh, level 1, whoops. Now I don't even know how to get rid of the game. Oh, not the right time to play. Let's just see what happens if you lose, because I haven't actually done that. Oh, it just resets.
Hold on.
Ah! Is that you, Felis, taking the mic? I think you just did that for a bit of banter. Right, I feel like we should be getting down a little bit quicker here. 50, yeah, I want to get down a little bit faster here, because I still need to slow down. So I've just pulled the speed brake out. There we are. Oh, they look quite effective. Yes, like a lead balloon. Look at that. Oh. Need 25 meters a second. It's like 4,000 feet per minute. That speed brake's a beast. I'm going to keep that speed brake up until we get to 10,000 feet. I'll bring the speed back. And and then we'll go from there. Cool, that is a really good speed break. You're never going to get high in this aircraft, that's for sure. So GPS is going to take us to uniform Mike, and then from then onwards I need to activate the approach or something. But yeah, that's really fixed it. Flipping out really low now. I didn't expect it to be that effective. Right, speed brake's retracted. I'm actually going to bring the speed back to 250 knots. Now, Felis did explain to me what I needed to do in this mode, but what I'm going to do is go back to speed.
Throttle enabled.
And then use this, because I know I can have better control over speed doing this. I'm going to bring the speed back to 250 knots. So if you look here, the yellow bug's going down. There we go, about 250 there. And we're doing around 5 meters a second, about 1,000 feet per minute. I'm just going to pitch up slightly on here, the climb. There we are. That checks because we're going down to 110. I think we'll just carry on going down, guys. Let's go just straight down to the platform for the ILS, which is 2,600 feet. Well, let's just go to 3,000. Pitch up a little bit more. Just want to bring that speed back to 250 knots before we get to 10,000 feet. Oh, crikey, what's the local QNH? V mode still holds 550 kilometers. Turn pitch wheel to reset it. Oh, Felis, this is too much to take on at this stage. I need a crash course on this stuff. Let me just get the speed right back, right up. Where's that nose up? That's nice. Right, just going to get that nose up. Ignore the altitude alert, not too much because I want to keep descending. That's perfect. Local QNH here is 1032. And I'm going to set this to 3000. 1032 here as well. Right, okay, so speed's going back to 250 knots. Just going to bring it a little bit further back to slow everything down. There we go. Britain fan, Felis is doing a good instruction first officer. He's invaluable. Completely invaluable. Like I said, I can really appreciate him taking his time out to help me. Because you needed flying this. I'm sort of using this kind of rudimentary vertical speed mode. Oh, go away. Ugh. No. No. I just want the map. Show me the map. Thank you. Right, there's 10... Oh no, because we changed the QNH, we're a little bit high on the vertical speed. So we've got 35 miles to run. 10,500. We're pretty good position here, so I just want to lower that nose a little bit further. Just do around 5-10 meters per second. That's 5 to 10 meters. It's going to be around 1,500 feet per minute. That's okay. Speed's below 250 now. Where is that X checklist? So we've done all that. Really useful. Look, these feet vertical speed conversions. Oh, signal lights. I need to turn those on. And we need the landing instruments set. I want to keep just box 1 for the ILS. That's fine. Stab trim settings set. So let's do that. We want that. Was it forward? So that's done. ASBU prepare for landing. I think there's a switch here that says landing. Oh my god, where are you? No. I know you're hit. There it is. Landing. Landing gear and lights to come on next. So we're going down to 9,000 feet now. Speed's okay, but I just want to keep it coming down now. 30 miles to run, so 9,000 feet. We're about on track here. The fans are to keep cool from my nervous sweating. Absolutely. Speed's coming a little bit high, so I just want to raise that nose again ever so slightly. I'm We're actually going to bug the speed back to around the clean speed. So let's do around 220 knots. There we go. But with this kind of pitch, oh, there you go. Look at that. There is an airport ahead. We're sort of managing a continuous descent as well. We should probably put some lights on there as well. Extend, landing. You can hear the airflow change. Might be a little bit of drag as well. Felis, how do I set this ILS up then? ILS is tuned, so we haven't got any DME yet. I don't know if it's actually... Oh, is there any DME associated with this? No, localizer only. The DME is based off of... I can't see. Mike Romeo. No, so okay, so we've got that right. We've actually got the DME here for the VOR, and then the ILS is tuned. How on earth am I going to make sure I fly this ILS approach? I'm just going to keep it going down here. Speed's well high. I'm just going to use a little bit of speed brake just to get the speed back to its target speed, because I want to stay in this vertical speed pitch mode ideally. Prepare landing. Switch will turn from HSI to ILS mode, which I did. So I think that's now in ILS now. We've got the inbound course set, 064. Welcome to the channel, Monopole Inc. Welcome on board. You've come at an excellent time to join as a subscriber. Right, so speed breaks out. Speed's slowly coming back to where I want. I'm just going to self-position. Screw this GPS. I don't want to do it anymore. It's annoyed me all day. So heading's matched. I'm just going to self-position. Switch off and on again. You need to have ILS or LD lamp on HSI. Okay. So is that correct? LD? You are in the NVU mode, not landing mode. Oh, guys. Right, so let's get rid of the speed brake now. And I'm going to go shortly to heading. What have I got to turn on here? Pitch roll. Ah, is it this? Oh, should I put that to landing? Yes, LD is correct. Oh, right, I'm going to put that to land. Surely that's correct. All right, I'm going to go heading select now because I don't know where the aircraft's going to take me. So heading select. Let's just bug the heading. Right, I have a localizer indication here. I'm going to keep going down to 3,000 feet. And yeah, looks like that's glide slope deviation. I think we're good, guys. Press the approach button. Ooh, has it caught the localizer already? Not sure. I'm just going to stay on this heading. Right, let's wait. Oh, I need to get these bug cards up because I don't know when to select speeds. Oh, where is it? 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 It's miscellaneous. Tab, thank you. So, takeoff now on landing. So, the approach, we're going to go flap 36. Flap limits for flap 15. The first one is 420 kilometers an hour. We're going a little bit fast here then, so let's raise the nose. Localizer's coming in. Please turn, please turn, please turn, please turn, please turn. It's going to turn. Oh, it is! I think we've got the localizer. Oh, excellent. It's going a little bit fast. I think we're just okay for first flaps.
Slots extending.
I'm going to leave the speed mode engaged. Look at that. Continuous descent in a Tupolev. I never thought that would ever happen. Right.
Flaps 15.
So I want flaps
extended.
28, 360 kilometers an hour, so we need to bring the speed right back. Thank you, Auto Throttle, for saving my life. Oh no, that's the wrong way for the speed. Right, I'm going to bring the speed right. We're going way too fast here. Speed brake's coming out. I'm going to bug a much slower speed. Yeah, we're going way too fast. 9 miles and I'm doing 200 knots. I think we've got the drag here to deal with it anyway. Yeah, look at that. Are we on the glide slope now? Oh, God, I think I forgot to press the glide slope button. We're definitely descending now. Can I go flaps 28, 360 kilometers an hour? Just
Flaps
about.
Extending.
Still got the speed brake out as well. Let's get rid of all that drag. I haven't lowered the gear just yet.
Flaps 20.
Flap V approach, 258 kilometers an hour, so let's bug that. Now, that's our final approach speed bugged in. 7 miles. Right, that's checked. Right, I'm going to stow the speed brake now. Gear down. Flaps 36. Oh, have we got flap 36 set already?
Flaps extending.
I think that's flap 36 coming in. Right, flap 36 is set. Is the auto throttle still engaged? So the auto throttle's still managing the speed as well. I think we've done it. I've got to this stage on the ILS, on the localizer. I can't believe it. Is the auto throttle coming up? Oh no, that's me disconnecting it. Please, you deal with that, please.
Auto throttle enabled.
That's going to decrease my workload. Right, here we are. We're on final. Landing checklist. So gear is down. We've got 3 green lights. I don't know if you can arm the speed brake. I'm not going to attempt to. Landing gear is good. Auto brake, there isn't any. Landing flaps are set. We've got our target speed, 258 kilometers an hour. I think that's okay. I think we're good to go, guys. Let's just do a little flyby, make sure the configuration's good. It is. Looking very dirty. Ah, unbelievable. Right. Let's give it a go, guys. I've got to try and butter this. I'm going to leave the auto throttle in until a little bit later. To disconnect the autopilot, I'm just going to move the controls, like I'm going to override pitch and roll, and go from there. Speed's a bit low, is it, apparently? I'm just finding the bug speed. I've got Bella Meleg, so I hope it's okay. But we've dragged this out. I've configured a little bit earlier. But yeah, 3.6 miles to go. That's when I'd usually be configuring, but I don't mind. Alejandro, start switches, recall, speed brake, landing gear. Ah, yeah, weak. Oh dear. Anthony Deal says, dirty girl. Another G, no auto land. Probably has it. I have no idea. Right, anyway, on that note, I'm going to disconnect. That's roll. That's pitch. Disconnected. The auto throttle I'm going to leave in until I get a little bit closer. But I'm now completely flying manually, as the Fisher-Price car horn has confirmed. I do have some flight director guidance as well. Stabilizer I have set to its forward position, so I think it's okay. And yeah, let's see if we can butter this. What was the wind here? 250 at 4 meters per second. There's a slight tailwind of about 8 knots, but that's acceptable. That's checked. Just checking to make sure the spoilers weren't out. That's useful. Right. On localizer, on glide slope. What's that? Sounds like a phone from World War II. Oh wow, I think that was the marker, the middle marker or the outer marker. Superb. Right. Oh, I hope we butter this.
500.
Checked. I've only landed the aircraft once, by the way. Once. This is the second ever landing. And the first one, it wasn't a butter, it's a good landing. So I'm going to go for the butter. Lovely long runway here in Moscow Sheremetyevo. Someone pick up that darn phone. Right, I've still got the auto throttle engaged. I'm going to disconnect it very shortly.
200.
40 above.
Oh, everyone's talking to me. Marker 2. Right, disconnecting the auto throttle. That noise. Right, looking okay. Nice wide runway as well.
50.
10 meters. 5.
5.
3. 2. 1 meter.
Oh, a little bit of a balloon. Come on. Where's that runway? Come on. I think this is the longest floating flight data in history. Oh, minus 60. Superb. Apart from the fact I'm using all the runway. Right. Buckets are open. Selecting reverse thrust. 15-second float. Awesome stuff. Cut off reverse. Sorry, Felis. I've just missed the exit. Sorry. Ah, dear. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Moscow Sheremetyevo. Take the next exit here. Cancelling reverse. Braking manually. Oh, I need to turn. Oh, brake. Oh, the brakes are no good. Oh, I'm going to miss this exit as well. Oh dear, I'm going to have to go to the end now.
Go on, 63.
Oh dear, that was a phenomenal flight. What a flight. Oh, 2 streams in the end. We got it down. I can't believe it. The flight was actually successful. What's all this stuff? Is this to do with the auto land? didn't see any of that last time. But yeah, we've used all this runway, unfortunately. We'll just make a right turn and we're going to taxi shortly onto stand here. Superb. Thank you very much, guys. Great stream. 590 people just joined in as well. If you really enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Really appreciate that. What a flight. What an aircraft. And thanks to Felis, the developer, for being here for the entire time to help me where things are getting busy. But yeah, I managed to get it from A to B. For me, like with a lot of the aircraft in Flight Sim, it's a very rewarding experience when you manage to do something like this successfully. Even I feel like, yeah, I've just managed to bring this aircraft from A to B. It's what Flight Sim's all about. Yeah, awesome stuff. Right, let's turn the lights to taxi. There is no doubt a huge clean-up flow which you need to do, which I've not even looked at, not even attempted to do that. So I think what I'm going to just do, we'll go on this parallel taxiway. I'll get the APU running.
Removed, stabilizer 0.
Thank you. And then we'll taxi onto stand from there. So if we can just get it pointing in the right direction. So we'll just leave it idle. Right, I'm sure the X checklist has got us sorted. So we've done all that. Oh my days. Right, APU start switch on. Let's just do that. APU start mode start. Hold down the start button. There we are. That's booting up the APU. Left and right side windows open. Yeah, that's the Russian way. How do I do that? Is that part of the checklist? The Russians actually have it in their checklist to open the windows. The taxi. Awesome. We'll take a left here. And it's basically turned everything off, but I won't bother doing that. I'll just get the APU on the bus and go on the stand from there. Excuse my lack of taxiing here. We're just going to try and get ourselves onto a stand. Let's go for this one here. Because I need to stop this stream. I'm absolutely exhausted. I know the weather radar's on and all that usual stuff. Good way to equalise the pressure, absolutely. Right, let's just bring it to a stop there.
Parking brake on.
Parking brake set. I know, yeah, guys, I know I'm not doing any of the flows and stuff. Let me just get the APU on. Is that powering? I think so. Not being upset with that. Right, let's cut the fuel off. Ooh, why is that? I can't fully shut the lever. There we go. Oh. Having problems here. There we are. Got them all shut down. There we are, guys. Look at that. That looks like it should be on Thunderbirds or something. What an aircraft. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And there we are. I can't believe we managed to get this in from Heathrow. I really can't. I honestly thought when I was streaming this something would go badly wrong, like we'd crash or something. But I think primarily from the help of Felis and a few other guys there, I actually managed to get from A to B. It's a miracle, really. But yeah, what an awesome sound and what an awesome aircraft to fly. Awesome, guys. I'm just going to jump back into the flight deck and we'll look at the replay. I just want to have a look at some of the comments there. That was a significant float onto the runway, but we didn't butter after the float. This is the runway you want to do that bit there, but I probably would have gone around in real life. Butter right after touchdown. Curses. 15 float is a go around. I quite agree, Avery, with your comment there. Greaser it was. The Russian ways are long, said Listerman, thankfully. But we did butter. I know you flight deck. I know all these people that watch my videos are absolutely adamant that if you don't get a butter, you are not a fully qualified pilot. You have no idea what you're doing. But yes, it was great. A really enjoyable stream. Really enjoyable flight. What a racket. How do I shut these doors? Well, I don't think it really matters too much because I think we need to call it a day. And look at the replay. There we are. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much to X-Plane11 for not crashing on me on the second part of the stream. We managed to get it all done. Oh, I think we're on a different runway there. Let's get a little bit closer. There we are. Let's see this flare, which was very, very long. Over the threshold, and I did balloon look. I was so close to kissing it, and then all of a sudden I was like, yep, I'm just going to hold it a foot above the runway. Look, nearly touched down there. And then, oh my goodness me, what a float. And there we are, we did touch down. I think the speed brakes came up automatically. That was a significant float. Let's have a look again from around the touchdown zone. Oh, a little bit further back than that. Look at that aeroplane, it's really pretty aircraft, really nice. What a float. Look, I ballooned, and I was probably coming in too fast. I don't know if I set the correct speed. Just holding it off, holding it off, holding it off, holding it off. Yeah, it would have gone around now, and there we are, we did touchdown. There goes the buckets. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff, guys. Wicked. Oh, look at that. Nice bit of pollution entering the atmosphere. Superb. Alright guys, well thank you very, very much for popping in for today's live stream. One of the most enjoyable ones I've had ever. What a fantastic aircraft. As I said, Felis has been here throughout the chat. He has actually developed this aircraft. It's worthwhile getting if you want to really challenge yourself. $45 at the X-Plane store. Go give it a go. And I like to see some of these buttery landings. I hope you guys can hear me as well. Very loud here in the cockpit. But yeah, thank you very much for your patience regarding the stream as well. Oh, it's so loud. Regards to what happened earlier, obviously the sim crashed at the start and then we had to wait to get it restarted. But I'll put them as two streams, part 1 for the setup, part 2 for the flight, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy those at a later date. We'll definitely fly this aircraft again soon. And again, next live stream, probably Thursday, we'll see. I'll be definitely doing at least one by the end of the week. Yeah, Windows still on with the replay, which is why I'm having to shout to you guys. Thank you very much for understanding. Stay safe in these crazy times, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye for now.